It's going to be an exciting show. There's going to be a lot to talk about tonight. And I mean a lot to talk about. You're here. You've made it. You've made it to the Friday Night Smoke Sesh. And this is everything. This is the now. It's highly motivated. Welcome to the show. So bear with us bear with me while I kind of get all my ducks in a row and make sure everything's working properly and all networks are online. So tonight we come to you live on multiple different networks. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on the Twitch, we're on TikToker. So just to make sure it's working all over the place. Here we go, just going to all those great places. Here we go. Fantastic. I think we're working. I think everything is looking great. Okay, welcome everybody. Highly motivated Friday Night Smoke Sesh. No expectations, just micro topics, great conversations, great community, and maybe a little education along the way. We'll see how it ends up. But tonight, look, I'm so excited because I have a soiree of gold flower in front of me. I have some incredible strains. I have onion rings. Onion rings is stinky. It's got such more, not really so much the aroma. The aroma is nice, but the terps, delicious. So we have a doink of onion rings. We have a doink of the blue wave. And the absolute last, so thank you very much. And the absolute last of the moon boots. So we have little moon boots, we have a little blue wave, and we have some onion rings. And of course, a couple of vapes in case I run out of these. And the vapes are only rosin, no distillates, but a beautiful Top Gun. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous color. I've been powering through this. It's so delicious. And whatever is left of the rosin, not very much. It's very, very little. But whatever is left of the rosin of the Tropicana cherry, I think it's the Tropicana cherry, also incredibly delicious. So we have a lot of goodies to try tonight and a lot of goodies to get to. But before I do that, I was in the mood for a tea. And I know, hey, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here. And that's the most awesome thing. That's why we're all community. We all get together. But I wanted to have a tea. And I wanted to show kind of how I do it. So I have a few teas to talk about because we sell the tea to support this show. This show remains ad-free. This show we're keeping it real, keeping it free, but we sell the tea to support the show. So tonight we're gonna just mention it. I have this really cool tea steeping heart where this is actually what I put my cannabis in. So I'm gonna show you what I do with that. But first, tonight I am drinking the Golden Green. So Golden Green, upside down. Golden Green, and this is absolutely delicious. It's chunky, it's thick, it's got so much goodness in there. But no caffeine though, it has caffeine. I believe this has the turmeric as well, and pepper, and a bunch of other goodies. But we're gonna do that. I'm going to, we're gonna go ahead and get the tea started, and then I'll show you what I do with the cannabis as well. Okay, so the tea is in there. Let's put that over there. Okay. All right, so we're gonna let that steep and sit. But while we're doing that, I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna open up the heart, okay? Opening up my heart, my shattered heart. You see this? So that's the tea steeper. So I'm just gonna lay this down really quickly, and I'm going to take this bud. You see this? It's a nice sized bud, not a big deal. I'm gonna break it up by hand, okay? It's kind of sticky icky. It is nice. This is not terrible at all. So I'm breaking it up by hand and I'm putting it inside of the heart. So just placing it right here inside. Welcome everybody, by the way, to Highly Motivated. I'm making myself a little bit of tea because I was just feeling it. So I'm breaking up the bud. That bud I just showed, I'm doing it with my hand and putting it in chunks. It's in chunks. Beautiful chunks. Here, I'll show you what I did. So So I put it in the tea heart, like this, just the cannabis. And I'm closing this over it. Now it's inside the heart. And now I take that and I just put it inside. That easy. So while the tea is steeping, and you don't want your tea to steep longer than like 8 to 10 minutes, because then it starts to create tannins. So I put my little heart right inside, and I've got my tea steeping. But keep in mind, I like honey. I like things sweet. I mean, the tea on its own, the golden green, is actually beautiful. Let me tell you what it's got in there. Let me tell you what's there. So the golden green comes in these awesome little boxes. It's green tea, lemon balm, turmeric, pepper, hibiscus. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. That's going on right here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of honey in. This is raw honey that I got from Aldi's. And because I got it from Aldi's, do I trust it? Of course. Aldi's has got some great stuff, great prices. Here in Florida, and anywhere you go, if you come across an Aldi's, what a great deal. Seriously, every time I go to an Aldi's, great deals. The older you get, it's about a good deal. And you like food, so a good deal on food is like a double win-win. Okay, so I put a little honey in there. Just gonna spin that honey with my cannabis packed tea thingy. So anyways, here's, ooh. Oh, that's already smelling fantastic. And then while my tea is steeping, I don't know what I'm gonna smoke first. The moon boots, the onion rings. Wait, let me see which one this is. Hey, Frank, welcome to the show. Let me see. Only Zeus 13. Asking if you need a video editor to edit your live stream and turn it into content that can be posted on social media. I probably do. Send me a direct message. Let me see. Top it off with LSD. Yes, Frank. We should get together and party. I think that'll be a lot of fun. We'd get in a lot of trouble, I think. A lot of trouble. Let me see. We definitely, again, Frank, got to get you on the show. Oh, and talking about who's going to be on the show, let me tell you. On the 17th, we're going to have Rob Harmon with Veterans Cannabis Care out of Orlando. That's Marijuana Express MD. These guys are doing free medical marijuana cards for veterans on the last Tuesday or the first Tuesday of the month. I think it's the last Tuesday of the month. Okay, I'm going to smoke first. Blue Wave. All right. Let's smoke some Blue Wave. We got a lot of things to smoke, but we'll start with something. Nick, welcome to the show. I like the term cactus cool. It's soft, but with the shine, it works. All right. Let me see. Hey, men, where can I talk to you? Only Zeus 13. Well, you can find me on YouTube as Oregonji. You can find me on LinkedIn as Oren Allen. Facebook also as Oren Allen. On the Twitch, I have no idea what the hell I am on the Twitch. And on the Tiki-Taki, Agent Oren or 0420X. And then the TikTok, I think it's Agent Oren or Agent O. I just don't know. But when you see me, you'll know it's me. The Agent Oregonji. I don't know what the hell I call myself. Welcome, everybody, to Highly Motivated. Tonight, Friday Smoke Sesh. On the 17th, we're going to have Rob Harmon. He's going to be on the show. It's going to be exciting. He's got a lot to talk about. Rob is always posting great stuff on LinkedIn, great educational material for people to really get into the understanding of cannabis and to learn that cannabis is medicine. It's a big deal. We're starting right now with the Blue Wave. Oh, wait, let me tell you what's going on here. Blue Wave is 27.7% THC, and the terpene is 2.9. Oh, almost 3%. It is stinky. It smells delish. It's like a hybrid. But again, I'm not classifying things by hybrid indica sativa. This one gives you a really good mellow energy. Not an overwhelming energy, but mellow. The tea is still steaming. Look at that color. Isn't that gorgeousness? That's gorgeous. We're just going to give a little mix. The tea bag is almost done in its steeping process. We're almost there. This tonight is the golden green. It's the golden green. And if you're interested in our tea, go to oregonji.com, go to my website. The tea we sell to support the show. That's it. And we love what we do. We love the tea. We love big, chunky, healthy, gorgeous ingredients. Let me just... That's nice. That's nice. And again, let me just tell you what's in there. There's green tea, lemon balm, turmeric, pepper, hibiscus, and a heaping load of mega runs, cannabis, right there. So inside the heart. So I do that so I can leave it there and let it continuing to do a partial decarboxylation. Let's light up the blue wave. 10 minutes in, I know. Let me see, wait. Where are you more active? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook? Wait. Yes, party, just not that hard. Look, don't be afraid. Me and Frank won't get in too much trouble. I promise. We'll keep it easy. Wait, he is on OnlyFans as well. Yeah. Wow, wouldn't that be something? No, I don't think anybody would pay for that. I think they would pay not to see me there. Almost 3% terps, sitting at 27%. And very smooth. The blue wave is very... It's got a really nice smell to it. Probably can't tell. This room that I'm in, the podcast room, this is my hotbox room. I hotbox this room every show. I start coughing. So trigger warning at the end, I cough a lot because of how smoky this room gets. And I don't realize. I'm like, why am I coughing so much? What's going on? It's the room. It's the hot box this room becomes. Just the smoke doesn't leave. It stays the whole show. So we're really adding to the mystique of the show and the chaos of it. I'll walk out of the hot box studio. I will be very high sometimes. And tonight, smoking only gold flower, I'm going to be very high. Gold flower is the only pre-roll I can smoke halfway through and I'm already high. Everybody else, you know, what is my name on Facebook? Oren, O-R-A-N. And then last name Allen, A-L-L-E-N. Welcome everybody to the show. Welcome only Zeus, 13. Very lucky number. So this is his class clown sesh. So in a way, you're kind of like therapy. If I can be like therapy, I'll take it. This is my therapy. I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, let me see how much time. All right, let me take the tea bag out. So right now, just to show you, I'm taking out the tea bag. All right, I'm tea bagging at the moment, just getting the last juices out of this tea bag. I'm just giving it a little press, giving a little yum yum. All right, let me grab that. Let me let that drain. Okay, there we go. Oh, shit, I dropped it right back in. So I'm taking out the tea bag because you don't want to steep your tea longer than like 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 12 minutes. Giving it a nice squeeze because there's some gorgeous things in there. Superb. All right, excellent. So tonight we're having some tea. Look at that. Look at that color. That right there is gorgeous color when it comes to tea. That is beautiful shit. And in here is a heaping load of cannabis. So I took out my tea bag, but I'm leaving the cannabis in. And that's why I like using the steeper, because I get to put my cannabis separate. That means I don't have to take it out when I take the tea out. Oh, there's an interesting stinky stink in there. This is the blue wave from Goldflower. If you know me, you know I love me some Goldflower. And all I have in front of me tonight is some Goldflower love. Let me see. Do you know the episode that I heard you first? Let me see. Wait, heard. They stopped teabagging us. Ah! Wait. I read upwards and I should be reading downwards. This is like you said the first time that I had you was the best. Heard you, had you. Ha! Now I can't keep up. Stop teabagging us. Heard. Do you know the episode that I heard you first? Merch section on Goldflower site needs those shades. They do need these shades, don't they, Schwartzy Pants? Welcome to the show. And Nick, welcome to the show. And so, I got to keep it interesting, though. Got to keep some interesting shades. Actually, wait. I was at the shop today. I went and stopped there and picked up some goodies. They've got hats for sale. I was going to pick up one of the hats, but I was like, I'm going to wait. I don't want to take away everything from the customers. Look, they got one with the flamingos on it, the ideal. I loved it. They've got a big Panama Jack garden hat. That'd be great for my kids' cosplay as One Piece. But you're right, Goldflower needs some beautiful shades like this for sale on their merch section. But I was there today. They got hats, they got shirts, they've got beautiful things going on. You've got to go check it out. I should have gotten one. I don't know why I didn't. I was being cheap. I'm trying to be cost effective right now. I couldn't spend the extra money, but I wanted to. And even though they were throwing some discounts my way, I was like, oh, I should get it. No, next time. I'll use my points. And that's right, check out Goldflower. If you're in medical cannabis in Florida, and you have a medical cannabis card, Goldflower is one of your providers. Really fantastic stuff. Organic, hand-trimmed, living soil. It's what it's the only thing I trust in my tea. Absolute fantastic, Zeus. Fantastic. Looking forward to talking to you as well. And that's what we do right here. This is the Smoke Sesh. No expectations. But topics, they'll come in. I've got some big ones tonight. I don't want to throw it on you yet. There's so much here. I told you about Rob Harmon with Veterans Cannabis Care, or Marijuana Express MD out of Orlando. They do free medical cards for veterans like the last Tuesday of the month. We're talking about the tea tonight because I just wanted tea. I know I normally do it on a Sunday, but I needed something. I needed a little mind-body melding, and I think the tea is the best way to do it. Golden Green is what I'm drinking. Green tea blend. Oh, that is good. I wish you could try this. You could. Go to the site. Oh, that is perfect. Just the right amount of honey. Steeped it exactly the amount of time I needed to. With the cannabis in there tonight and a couple of doinks, we're going to have a good night here. Let me see. They need a Goldflower Friends shirt that gives us a discount. I'd pay one-time VIP fee for that. That's a good idea, though. I'm tired of only shopping there, but that means you'd have to wear the shirt every time you go. Will work for weed. Oh my God, the shirt should say will work for weed. They do have a good referral program, though. You refer people in. They give your name. Every time they shop, you get their points. It's an amazing referral program that nobody knows about. And again, this is for Florida. If you're watching me somewhere else, I'm quickly talking about the Florida market, the Florida cannabis medical market. Goldflower has a promotional referral program where if you refer somebody in and they tell the people, hey, it was this person, then every time they shop, you get points for them every single time. It's an amazing deal. Oh, this is Blue Wave, by the way, 27%, 2.9% on the terpenes. Very tasty, but it's got a gorgeous, strong aroma. So it's the aroma and the flavor that are kind of coming together. And right now, kind of feeling a little more sativa. Well, again, I'm not classifying by sativa, but if you're just getting into cannabis, sativa is your uplifter, your energy, your vasodilator. Your indica is in the couch, relaxed. Sativa is good for nerve and bone pain. Indica is good for mind and muscle relaxation. Your hybrid's in the middle. It does a little bit of both. This is classified as a hybrid. Everything is a hybrid these days, though. Everything. So I'm smoking this, though. Feels good, though. It's smooth. It's been cured right, dried right. It was sticky. When I was, that's some sticky icky. I like a good sticky. I like a good sticky because that tells me it's got all those crystals. It's got all those cannabinoids. It's got all that oil just ready to burst out of the plant and to heal me. I look at all cannabis as holistic. All cannabis is medicine. Regardless of how you use it, still medicine. Let me see. That's good for the partner. But very nice. And I've got it in the tea. That's good as well. And we have a lot to smoke. Okay, let's keep going. Tonight, we're going to get into it in a bit, but we're going to talk about ancient civilizations. And were we created? Is our civilization molded? And are we molded through religion? How am I pulling these things together? I'll tell you. Bob Lazar, if you ever heard of this guy's name, he was a researcher, a scientist on some of the secret bases. We'll talk about this in a few moments, but Bob Lazar had seen documents talking about, and remember, he is about alien disclosure and whatnot, but he has seen documents that were specifically relating to religion and control, and ancient control, ancient ideas, and early onset of the early idea of religion before they even started pushing it. When I say pushing it, the Roman Empire, or pushing out the pagan religions, the earth worshiping religions, and pushing in the mainstream Christian Judeo cultures. But I think the two were promoted very differently. Okay, ancient civilizations, we're going to talk about it. Wait. I just refer people. I don't get points for it. I try to point others to Goldflower because I know for a fact the plants are cared for, as well as the feel, the difference it is. It's true. It's true. But you should get something for that. You're pushing people for the points. Get something for it. I know you're doing it from your heart. And do it from your heart, because you're fantastic like that, Frank. But at the same time, tell them, be like, look, hey, Frank sent you. And then call up the store that you think they're going to be going to and be like, yo, I just referred some people, so get ready for them. See? A little pre-work. But it pays off in the long run, damn it. Okay, ancient civilizations, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, definitely, the blue wave. Onion rings tonight. Blue wave we're starting with. Wanted to mention this early so that you are prepared for this. There is a perfect alignment of the planets happening on the 25th. The 25th of this month. And we're going to talk tonight about how that affects us, what that means for us. Because each planet means something else. Each planet stands for like love, like Venus is love and romance. And you have some like Mercury, I think that's strength and justice. All of these planets being in alignment on the 25th means power for you, means manifestation and creation, and means it's a great time to search oneself, because so many answers come clear, because the yin is in your favor, or the yang, whichever one you like more. You like the yin more? Go to the yin. You like the yang? Go to the yang. Every time I like this, I could taste a fresh set of flavor. One night, we're going to have to go through some of the strains, talk about their terpenes. And we have before, but terpenes are such an important thing. It's that combination with the aroma. Like a moment ago, when I was breaking up that weed for the tea, the smell just was like, wow. And that right there was saying, oh, that's going to be nice in the tea. That's going to break down in such a beautiful way. And that is a delicious tea. Golden green. I just needed it. I have a bunch of drinks that I bring with me. I have a pure leaf tea. And then, of course, me Dr. Pepper. I'm an indecisive person. I like everything. I don't like one thing. I like everything. That's right, Frank. You got to take a tour of the farm, or of the indoor grow house. I bet that felt good, didn't it? It's such a great tour. So you do get some perks here and there. Let me see. Hey, Christopher, welcome to the show. Welcome to Highly Motivated, our Friday smoke sesh. And Highly Motivated is a fun community. Ancient civilization is a great topic. Oh, we're getting into Sumerian. We're getting into Anunnaki. We are going to get into some ancient civilizations and origin stories. Our origin stories are crazier than you will ever think. Yes, the Anunnaki came and needed the gold, and originally they were mining the gold themselves, using what they had to work with here on the planet, infusing with their RNA, their DNA. We went through a quick evolution. It's so quick that we were able to help them save possibly their planet. I don't know. They actually, I believe Nibiru is where the Anunnaki come from. And people say, Oren, this is not real. This is like mythology. This is where mythology and reality stop. And they intertwine. Yes, but it's pre-culture. It's pre-civilization. It is before anything that we even understand. I think there's a mythological pre-culture called the Tartarian culture. The Tartarians? Now some say, Oren, again, that's mythology. Is it mythology? Well, we're going to talk about it a little bit. Wait, God resides in the Pleiades. Oh. Or one of the pictures, yes, okay. You know, and so we're going to talk a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Actually, I set quite a few notes because I told you it's all about the micro topics. It's not about one topic. It's about almost everything. Oh, wait. I told you there's a big alignment on the 25th. We'll talk about it. But Baba Vanga, remember how we spoke? We had one on Edward Casey. We had a thing on Baba Vanga. Well, this had popped up to me not too long ago. Her recent predictions for 2025. Now, her track record is 89% correct from all the ones that we have interpreted. So all of the predictions that Baba Vanga, which was a psychic, an Eastern European psychic, she's dead, but an Eastern European psychic, we've gone back and all of her thousands of predictions, or hundreds of predictions, 89% right. That's really right. She predicted everything that you wouldn't even think she predicted she did. Same with Edward Casey, though. He was like on fire. He was part of that Akashic record. He was pulling from multi-dimensional sources. So Baba Vanga is one of the things we're going to talk about that as well. Let me see. The Anunnaki and human creation. The holographic universe and its design. So this is where it gets interesting, because one of the things that we're told to that Israeli brigadier general, the guy who was in charge of the Space Force in Israel, and he came out and gave disclosure, and he was like, look, I don't care if nobody believes me. I get nothing. I don't care. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to lose my job. I needed my job. It's good pay. But in that, he came out with disclosure afterwards. And he said Trump was supposed to, so he did it. But one of the things he said is that the aliens themselves, the Greys, there's multiple different types. But I don't think he said the Greys, but he said one of the races of aliens, a very intelligent race, their big quest is the fabric of space and time. The fabric of it. Knowing that space and time is like an energy. Space and time is a manipulatable, physical almost force. A physical force. So they said that it was all about the fabric of space and time. So that's where we're at. That's what we're going to talk about. So holographic universe, design, the Anunnaki, human creation, maybe talk a little bit about Baba Vanga. Maybe we talk about this crazy fog that's been going on. Is it an atmospheric depression? Is it chemical? Is it a byproduct from a chemical plant? We don't know. But here in Florida, multiple different places have had this crazy fog. Religion and extraterrestrial influence in religion. I know Anunnaki and human creation, we're going to talk about holographic universe and design, but religion and the extraterrestrial influence. Like I said, Bob Lazar, I think I was calling Bob Laser. Bob Lazar, we're going to talk about him. Lake Vostok. Told you, micro topics tonight. And we may, you know what's funny? We might only talk about a few of these. And we'll save the rest for another show. But it's great to know all of this awesome micro topics, micro segments of absolute fascination. The number 7 is biblical. It is. The tour was great. I know, I love the tour. I would love to have an office in the middle of the grow house, just to take in the fresh air. Let me see. 7 sisters, the number 7 is biblical. Most people who only make it to third heaven, which is the second asteroid belt, come back from the dead. That's deep, Nick. Nick, we're getting deep. I think we don't die. I mean, there's no die. Our physical body and form might die, but our energy, you know, we have a choice, from what I understand, that unless we are enlightened enough that we don't have to come back to our physical form. But it's a choice, from what I understand. So, to be fair, when our spirit is in the cloud 9, we are in first heaven. It's a lot of numbers. It's all numerology. When we see dust, we are in the second heaven. Pluto is an obstacle to the fourth heaven. When it comes to planets, when it comes to numerology, I'll tell you how much I know. 0. Well, no, that's not true. I do know a little bit, but I don't know enough to actually be to have an intellectual conversation. I can read down some notes, some shit that I put together, but as far as the stars, as far as the numbers and the numerology and the meanings within all of that, I am a long ways off, because there's so much correlation with the numbers and with the universe and with pi and with us and with perfection of recently there was a discovery, I think, 2 million light years away, or we're not even 2 million, a perfect galaxy, a perfect, numerically perfect galaxy. How wild. How wild. We are finding things now so much quicker, with so much more advancement technologically. We are excelling right now. We are in a phase of super acceleration. So that's the wildness. Okay, you know what I want to start with? You know what I think the greatest thing we're going to start with right now? Let's do a little Baba Vanga. Let's talk. Look, the Bulgarian mystic, she was renowned for her prophecies. She made several predictions concerning the year 2025. So here's the more notable ones among them. The conflict in Europe. Now, keep in mind, there is already a conflict in Europe. She foresaw a significant war in Europe, leading to widespread devastation and a substantial decline in the continent's population. Now, I do believe I read on an international source that Vladimir Putin, is giving large amounts of rubles to his people that have babies. And it's because their population is declining. Their population is declining. So one feeds into the other. Extraterrestrial contact. Baba Vanga predicted that humanity would encounter alien life in 2025, with the initial contact occurring during a major sporting event. Super Bowl is coming up. Me and Angie have a bet. But Super Bowl is coming up. She predicted this at a major sporting event. Now, it could be a European sporting event. I understand. But I said a major sporting event. Okay. I don't know anything about sports, so don't look at me. If I come back as something or talking about stuff like, I would like to come back as something that doesn't have MS, and I can be there for others in need. You know, I think maybe what we come back as, or anything that we might be, it's part of the experience, good and bad, because we're just beings of energy, borrowing these meat suits. We are just beings of energy. And in that energy that we are temporarily experiencing the physicality of life. That's it. That's keeping it simple. Learning, experiencing, shoving and uploading this data back to that Akashic record, that amazing library that we just cannot see. Maybe we can feel it. Maybe we can meditate into it. Okay, so Baba Vanga said extraterrestrial contact. Wow. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. I gotta tell you, I let it go out. This is a blue wave. It's really nice. It is a mellow, uplifting, very flavorful blend. And no surprise, it's gold flower. It got me high. It got me really high. Already, I'm feeling a great entourage effect. Powerful enough to notice it almost immediately here. Ooh, a little, almost a burnt tropical on the end, but like nice, like I'm grilling some pineapple. Oh, that's some good shit. Okay, so Baba Vanga, here's the big one. Well, not the big one. They're all big to me. She suggested that humans would develop telepathic abilities, enabling direct mind-to-mind communication. She's been right 89% of the time. So out of all of these that I'm going to give you right now, I would take 89% of them as fact. I've been following Edward Casey and Baba Vanga most of my life. I've been hearing their stories, verifying their prophecies. It's insane. And tonight, I just want to mention it just because I'm thinking about it. Mercury, I think it is. It's out in the sky. It's bright. It's so bright. I thought it was the moon, but it's not. So we're coming to an alignment. 25th, get ready for it. Okay, next one. So telepathy, mind-to-mind communication happening this year. Also this year, Baba Vanga anticipated breakthroughs in medical science, particularly in successful cultivation of human organs in laboratories, lab-grown organs, potentially revolutionizing the organ transplantation and extending human lifespan. 2025 is the beginning of this. She said this year, we're going to successfully do it. Now, I think it's already happened. I think it just happened at the end of 2024. I mean, how close is that? But at the end of 2024, they had a lab-grown or a lab-grown assisted, so it was grown inside of a pig, and then, but cultivated through lab cultivation. So it was already a lab-grown organ. Late 24, just December, I think I read that article. This year, though, she predicted that this is what's coming, lab-grown organs. I think it's already come out. Now, also the discovery of a new energy source. This is huge to me because right now I've been reading articles every day on the breakthroughs of quantum entanglement, and now with new nuclear facilities that are coming online. There are hydrogen, there are fusion facilities. The Chinese have fusion, a fusion reactor, And here in the States, we have a fusion reactor. There are multiple different fusion reactors in different forms that basically show the signs of 0-point energy, cold fusion. These words that I'm saying right now, 0-point energy and cold fusion, fusion power, were unheard of. Like they were like mythology. Heard some crazy stuff. So this was like mythology. This was people said no, there's no way we could ever come up with 0-point energy or cold fusion. We just couldn't do it. They made a movie about it with Keanu Reeves, and hypothetically they were coming up with cold fusion, and the thing blew up because somebody messed with it, and they were trying to hide the technology or control it. So let me see, I thought you were talking about a fetus inside a pig. I wasn't talking about a fetus inside a pig, an organ. I believe lab-grown organs, lab-grown assisted organs, where they started off inside of pigs, which that's a whole nother issue. Listen, that's a whole nother issue. Crazy shit there. They've got farms where there are pigs that are growing human organs. Same farm, separated, they have pigs for the main population. Not a conspiracy theory. Pigs have gotten loose. Have they interbred? Have pigs growing human organs gotten into the main production line? Would that inadvertently make us cannibals if you eat pork? That's some crazy shit. Okay, so all that being said, discovery of a new energy source. So she predicted, Baba Vanga. So right now, this is going on all day. They've been having successful tests right now in China with their fusion power, their fusion device. And we have currently a device that they're testing that might give us unlimited amounts of energy. Unlimited. It was a dream. It was always a dream. It's not a dream anymore, people. Baba Vanga predicted it. This year, they will have, look, she predicted the emergence of a novel, sustainable energy source, which could have profound implications for global energy consumption and environmental conservation. Wow. Wow. This is huge. Because it's happening. And none of this was even around before when she passed, when she died. None of this was even in the pipeline. We didn't even talk about cold fusion. So it's not something that she even had within her mindset. 89% accuracy. I think 89% of what I just said then is true. And that's awesome. Baba Vanga, look into her. You'll find some amazing shit. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Highly Motivated to this Friday Smoke Sesh. Oh, I'm excited. I get excited about these things. You know, it's an energy all of its own. Before the show, like an hour before the show, I was like, even 2 hours into the show, my energy was all balled up. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to feel. I wasn't happy, wasn't sad, I wasn't anything. I was just like, I'm confused. And before the show, my brain won't allow me to think anything. Not until the show starts. Because it's a fresh braining for Highly Motivated only. Quick break to tell you that being kind changes the world. And that is sometimes the easiest thing that you can do, is to be kind. So just a quick reminder, just thinking about it, kindness wins out. Kill them with kindness. Don't kill them, metaphorically. Be kind. Be kind to the point that you so much authentically feel it. Be kind to the point that you start to understand that the human being is everything. Humankind. That's what we should be concentrating on, each other. homeless and hungry should never be. As a community, we should find ways to fix and heal and be there for each other. Okay, that was just my little excerpt really quickly, just reminding everybody to be kind. It's kindness. So there's a lot to talk about. There's so much. We're almost an hour into the show. And when we're an hour into the show, then we get a little more serious. But until then. So quickly, let me tell you about the planetary alignment thing going on the 25th. I'm sure I'm going to remind you and tell you about it again because we're pretty far away. But this is a serious alignment. January 25th, we will witness a rare and magnificent celestial event, the alignment of several planets, including Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and they will all be visible in the night sky. Do you feel that energy? So it's a big deal. Why? Because such planetary alignments are uncommon and have been historically associated with periods of transformation and heightened energy. Astrologically, each planet itself embodies specific energies. And this is what I was talking about earlier, like Mercury. Mercury is communication and intellect. Venus is love and harmony. Mars, action, courage. Jupiter, expansion, wisdom. Saturn is discipline and structure. So their alignment it's suggesting a convergence of these energies. All of these energies in a positive way, in a positive forward momentum. They're offering kind of like a unique opportunity for personal collective growth by utilizing and manifesting on the 25th, leading up to the 25th, right after the 25th, during that alignment, being part of that alignment. But it's bringing together energies, and this alignment is believed to amplify the planets' combined energies. So it's taking their individual energies, and in this alignment, it is combining everything, creating a potent energy, an environment for personal transformation, for enhanced productivity, manifestation at its absolute most powerful, absolute most belief. It's a cosmic invitation to align our intentions, to align ourselves with the universe's rhythm. There's a rhythm to the frequency, to the vibration. We need to realign ourselves constantly. Look, like I say, going outside and taking off your shoes, walking in the dirt, getting recharged from Mother Earth, soaking up that moon power. Oh, on a full moon, it's powerful. It's energetic. It's wild. Full moons always make me feel a little werewolfy. Full moons are great for growing hair. I don't know where that came from. But increased motivation, definitely a surge of energy, a surge of power during this alignment, an emotional release. This is a good time to release, to let go the baggage that we carry. And it's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy, and we carry it. See, I take all of that shit and I put it on an imaginary table. Well, for some people, that's difficult. For some people, it's not as easy to let go of everything and to live in the now. So this is a time that shakes us all up and gives us the power, the energy to let go. Let go. Trust in that cosmic, universal energy, the most powerful thing that we're going to be experiencing on the 25th. So that's, to me, it's huge. I mean, your intuition will be great. Your energies are going to be great. You've got to really, really pull that together. So set clear intentions on your manifestations. Engage in deep meditation. Practice your grounding activities outside with Mother Earth. Embrace change. Be ready for it. Be open. Be open to the change of energy. Change is a frequency, because change sometimes is amazingly good, because maybe you're not happy where you are because you're not in the right place, not in the right frequency. This is a good time to manifest the world that you want to see, that you believe in seeing. Yeah, love that. I'm very excited. I'm excited about this planetary shifty. Okay, what else? I do want to talk about Lake Vostok, but we're going to get back to it because it's magical. It's mystical. I want to say, all right, a quickie about Lake Vostok. Lake Vostok is concealed beneath approximately like 2.5 miles, 2.5 miles of ice, of Antarctic ice. So it's thick, serious, like ice, like steel. So it stands as one of Earth's most intriguing natural laboratories. Isolated for an estimated 15 million years. That means the ecosystem inside of this lake, Lake Vostok, has been isolated, and it is its own ecosystem for 15 million years. The lake, in most parts, stays at like 70 degrees. So it offers like a unique window into ancient ecosystems and geological phenomena. So extreme environment like this, Lake Vostok is characterized by complete darkness, high pressure, and temperatures averaging 70 degrees. But that's below the 2 miles of ice. There are organisms and microorganisms living within, I guess, the layers there's got to be pockets of air, pressure, and there's a water that is so pure, so clean. This is what they say. I would not drink it, but I want to say it was because it's got high oxygen levels. So the lake is super saturated with oxygen, with concentrations about 50 times higher than typical freshwater lakes. This high oxygen level poses challenges for life, as it can be toxic. Yet extremophile organisms have adapted to temperatures and environments that are much more harsh. So within the different layers of what Lake Vostok creates inside of its ecosystem, I think there's a lot of things that we're going to come in contact with that we haven't seen in 15 million years, or at least their independent evolution. Wild. So Lake Vostok to me is a mystery. It's a mystery because what's going on in the middle of the lake. So Russians scientists have conducted drilling operations to reach the lake surface, obtaining samples of the accretion ice. These samples have provided insights into the lake's chemistry and potential biological inhabitants. However, direct sampling of the lake water remains a challenge due to concerns about contaminating the lake water with the drilling equipment, the oils, the grease, anything that they're using with the drilling equipment going down. But again, I was going to say, the reason I'm so, wow, what is this? In the center of the lake, there is a magnetic anomaly. It's been detected as spanning, I don't know, it's like 105 kilometers by 105 by 75 kilometers. And it is a perfect sphere, like a very, very large UFO. So maybe possibly a UFO sitting at the middle of Lake Vostok, which has been sealed off from the rest of our planet for at least 15 million years by miles of ice, compacted Antarctic ice. So, or they also hypothesize that if it's not an alien or a UFO, that this anomaly may be caused by a thinning of Earth's crust in that location. Just in that location, potentially indicating unique geological structures beneath the lake. But it's magnetic, powerful, energized, still working anomaly. Working, I say working. They get such a wild reading from what they can, that it's an energy source. Middle of the lake, Lake Vostok, Vostok. Look it up. It will blow your mind. Not just the conspiracy theories that happen there, but the science that has been happening there, the researching of our own planet, and the biology that we could have been, or maybe what we came from, our origin or our origins, our origin story. So Lake Vostok could hold clues to human evolution or human origin story. I like origin stories. I'm still smoking the Blue Wave. It's delicious. I just tasted like a little bit of orangey and pine. Every time I've relit it, it's really had a new, unusual flavor. Might be too small for me. Yeah, I'll put it down. I think I've had enough of that one. I'm sending it off. So yeah, we are having a great little smoke sesh tonight. Friday night, smoke sesh. What was the topic? It's everything. Oh, that's a golden green. Delicious tea. If you're curious about the tea or supporting the show, so by buying the tea, you're supporting the show. And we have the tea available on Oregonji.com. So it's delicious. It's tasty. If you order the tea, you'll get one of these with it. So I'll send this, which this right here inside is holding my cannabis. So let me just open it and I'll show you at the beginning of the show, because I like to leave my cannabis in the tea much longer than I leave the tea bag. The tea bag, teabagging, I said teabagging again. The tea bag, now I can't open anything. Oh, the tea bag should only be in there no longer than 10 minutes. So this, look at that. So this right here is my bud that I put in and just let it sit there throughout the whole, ooh, it's so lovely, it's soft. It smells like tea as well. I should just let that dry out and maybe put that into my salads or because it's great fiber. And there are still cannabinoids present in that bud. Because keep in mind, we only did a partial decarboxylation. So we were just pulling out the oils. It didn't hit 250 degrees. So as long as that's below 250 degrees, wow. So I can still use that. I mean, if I dry it out completely and can I smoke it? Would it be flavorful? I don't know. That's something maybe I should find out. Maybe I should dry it out and smoke it. Maybe I should. After the infusion of the honey and the tea, that might be interesting. Okay, we'll get back to you on that. Oh, I just thought about it. Nobody's actually asking me that. They don't go past the asteroid belt. Yeah, satellites reside in the second heaven. I thought you were talking about fetuses and pigs, telepathy. Okay, so, but that's Lake Vostok. There's international collaboration going on there. I mean, the Russians have been, they have the Vostok station. And again, there's a lot of talk, like there have been claims that the water from Lake Vostok was retrieved and presented to people like Vladimir Putin and as the purest water on earth. However, such stories are only a story. There's no fact, there's no proof, nobody knows. But I did hear stories from people that knew somebody else, saying that water was frozen. I mean, it was taken, it was secured, and it was shipped out. So you never know. You never know. I'm sure Putin had a shot glass of it and he says, see, I'm going to live forever. This is the fountain of youth. I mean, I really think it's the same him, but I'm gonna be honest, I look at Putin and Vladimir Putin looks like a clone. Like it looks like a younger version of him. Like a perfect version of him maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago. 20 years ago, he's looked the same for like 20 years. So they're going to go back to his youngest moment of looking the same. Same him. I think the Russians have found a way to transfer one's brain to another body, to another host. As we get more technologically and medically advanced, organ transfer, body transfer, I mean, who's to say, oh, I make the whole table sticky? Who's to say that if we're going to be growing organs in a lab, who's to say that we can't grow a whole body? And then we can't transfer a whole mind. But can we really transfer that energy from one to the other? I don't know. I think the Russians figured it out. I think there's a lot that the Russians have figured out. And we will be learning much. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So I did Blue Wave. Now I've got some moon boots, and then I have the onion rings. I love onion rings. Now, onion rings are more of a relaxant, but they are super stinky. Not so much in its initial aroma. When you're first breaking it up, you're like, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going to be amazing. But once you light it up and those cannabinoids and start to activate with the flavonoids and the terpenes, now there's a magical dance. And that smell that I get will be like, I mean, I smoked one earlier. I mean, I had to. It was delicious. I had to test it just to make sure that it was as delicious as I was hoping it was going to be. Now, remember, you can do, and a quick shout out. I was going to do a shout out that I forgot. Wow. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Former coworker that I was working with at Cureleaf, long time ago, about a year ago, 2 years ago. But today is Eric's birthday. So Eric, I just wanted to say happy birthday. Just sending that out. See, a little shout out live from the show. And if you see this one day, you're like, oh shit, great. But no, happy birthday, yo. Good guy, good sales rep, good outside educator, fun guy. So if you ever catch Eric from Cureleaf, say howdy. All right, good. Moving on. Okay. So tonight, good. We went past an hour. I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to get into any serious conversations until we properly went past the hour. So let's start with what I've been buzzing. Like I'm buzzing. I want to talk about it. And I'm like holding myself back. So let's talk about Bob Lazar. But instead of talking about Bob Lazar, because we probably need to dedicate a show to government workers, contract workers coming out with disclosure and who they are, their background. Bob Lazar's got a good background. He's a smart guy. He made nothing and makes nothing from his disclosure. Right now I'm smoking some onion rings. That's smooth. Wow. That's just a great smoke. Right there on that exhale, I can almost feel like a wave of feel good. A wave of like relaxation. This is the onion rings. And this is a relaxant. This sets the mind at, I don't know, at an easy going kind of vibe. You just flow. And I love the flow. I love the flow of life. And I love when I can get on that wave and just I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, where was I? Ancient civilizations. So let's talk. Let's talk about what I mean when I say Bob Lazar, and let's get into it. I know I get a little spacey. So the idea that, and this is going to be this conversation that we have right now is religion. This conversation that we have right now is not religion. It's the creation, maybe the extraterrestrial influence in religion. I know, I told you, an hour in, we're going deep. Okay, so the idea that religion was created to control human behavior or to serve a broader agenda. Now, this has been a reoccurring theme in philosophical discussions and speculation. Here's where Bob Lazar comes in. So Bob Lazar, a controversial figure in UAP lore, claimed in interviews that while working in a government facility, allegedly Area 51 or Area S4, he came across documents that referred to humans as containers. This document allegedly suggested that religion was introduced or manipulated by extraterrestrial intelligence to prevent humans from destroying their containers. This dude has nothing to gain from telling us some bullshit like this. So, humans as containers. Let's break this down. In Lazar's account, containers could imply that humans are vessels for something beyond physical existence, which is true. Possibly consciousness, energy, or a soul. So the containers could be even deeper than we understand. So now this does align with some spiritual and metaphysical beliefs that view the human body as a temporary vessel for greater ascension or a greater essence, like the soul. So religion as a control mechanism, and why would religion be a control mechanism from the aliens? And why would the aliens not want us destroying our unit? But maybe they don't, because what, we're in the Matrix? We're a fucking battery? They're gaining energy, or... Well, actually, no, the Greys... I did hear this too, this was wild. The Greys abduct people for their genetic code so that they can reproduce and have babies, because the Greys are us, or not us in this timeline, but us in another timeline, in a very future, multi-dimensional timeline, where now the Greys can no longer have babies. So in that, they come back to this timeline and abduct us. And since they're emotional creatures, they're not upset about abducting us. They don't understand emotion. They don't know why we're so upset, because us in another timeline agreed to this procedure. Wild. But maybe it's this timeline that we've agreed. Maybe our government has done some fucking agreeing. Okay, moving on. So, the theory that religion was either created or influenced to impose moral frameworks, social order, or fear of consequences such as hell or divine retribution. By fostering a sense of purpose, accountability, and interconnectedness, religion could deter destructive behaviors that might harm individuals or societies. Again, looking at why they would use religion as a form of control. So, the extraterrestrial involvement in this, so if this theory is accurate, it suggests that extraterrestrial beings, perhaps much more advanced, may have seen humanity's potential for self-destruction and intervened by seeding or shaping religious beliefs. This intervention might have been intended to guide humanity's evolution or protect the containers for a specific purpose, but they refer to us as containers. I don't think a being or an entity or a government that has a good purpose for us would refer to us as containers. I think any agency that refers to me as a container would have a nefarious outcome for me. It doesn't seem like it would end well. So that's where So the notion that religion serves as a social control mechanism is not new. So thinkers like Karl Marx called religion the opium of the people, implying it soothes and distracts from societal struggles. Ancient astronaut theories, popularized by authors like Erich von Däniken, wild stuff, suggests that many religious stories and myths stem from early encounters with advanced extraterrestrial beings or entities. And it just makes so much sense. And maybe not flying down in saucers, but maybe the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki coming here from their planet where their atmosphere was failing. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in a moment. It's wild. But this is leading up to it. So while incredibly intriguing, to Lazar's claims remain somewhat unverified. And his credibility has been widely debated. But people know who he worked for. There's proof he worked there in these secret organizations, not secret companies, you know, like Blackwater, or I don't even know what the hell the other ones are called. They're secret. Let me see. But so concrete evidence has been supported by Lazar, but not verified. That's what I was trying to say. And as far as secret documents go, very few people have been allowed to see these said documents and the proof thereof. So, if taken seriously, this theory challenges traditional views of human history, spirituality, and the origins of religion. It raises questions about free will, the nature of consciousness, and humanity's place in a potentially larger cosmic framework. Now look at some of the paintings of these religious paintings from back in the day. There's spacecrafts in the fucking paintings, abducting people. I mean, I'm maybe not abducting, but I mean, I think this right here, that's wow. It's wow because we don't know exactly where, we don't know exactly where our origin story is. We don't know where we come from. We suspect we come from Mars. We suspect it could be Panisperia, where we were seeded via crashing meteors that all carried a little bit of life. And in that combination here on planet Earth, we were born with knowledge and understanding. And I mean, it took a long time for us to get where we are, but I think it took this with help. I think we jumped very quickly with help. But this help wasn't like free help. The Anunnaki didn't come here and say, we want to help you. So let's talk. Let's jump right now into what I want to talk about. So you saw religion and extraterrestrial influence and why they want to control us, because we are classified via the Bob Lazar document. We are classified as containers. Sorry, but to me, a container, that means they don't value me. They don't value my energy. I am just a container, like a battery in the Matrix. That's what it makes me feel like. So here we go. Here we go. All of that part of the conversation was leading up to right now. This is where we start getting pretty exciting. Oh, Chris, wait, what's this? What's that? Hey, Liz, welcome to the show. Let me see. Chris says, the ancient alien hypothesis makes so much sense. Some people are saying China and the US have gravity drive systems. Look, even the Germans were working on the Nazi bell. The bell. We spoke about the bell very briefly on one of my shows. But the technology there, if that was hypothetical technology that was lost, I'm sure it's been found. And you're right, the US and China have been working hypersonic missiles. I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. But which might be some of those drones we hear about. And it could be. It could be. Wouldn't that be wild? It just would bring more, I think, mistrust to our government. Even if they came out and said, hey, all right, now we're going to tell you. Now you're going to tell us. You know something, leave it. The mystery now is bigger. But the drones haven't stopped, Chris. The drones haven't stopped. Actually, the reports have gotten bigger. They've doubled. There are more reports now coming out of those same regions of now a third drone. I wish I could put video on here. Well, I could. If I could, I'll figure it out eventually. Like a picture-in-picture or something. This is the onion rings. It tastes stinky. Like oniony. Like that back flavor almost. I like it. A good stinky onion. There we go. Like a good stinky fried onion. Oh, smooth. Incredibly smooth. Great. That's nice. I almost smell like a cherry wood. Maybe I'm just dreaming about smoking some meat, smoking some salmon. Oh, put some salmon on the smoker. Slow smoke it. It turns into this magical meat. It's amazing when done right. But you gotta marinate it. You gotta marinate it overnight. Not longer, because then you destroy the sinew, the fat that sits in between the meat, and make everything mushy. And don't do that. I'm not gonna tell you all the secrets. So let me see. I am not comfortable with us being merely considered an alien ant farm. There might be the truth to that. Well, okay. I'm not comfortable at all with us being a container, with us being meat or a farm for fertility for the future races of the Greys. But there are multiple different alien races, and within those multiple different races, there is history, and there is written history that goes back. So I said we're going to talk about civilizations and ancient civilizations. Let's go to the origin story, the real origin story. You guys ready? I hope you are. Here we go. Wait, let me get warmed up. Okay. So, and just a little sip here. Good. To the last drop, that is actually delicious. That's the golden green. Okay, moving on. So the original story of the Anunnaki. I said we're going back to ancient civilization. We're going back to real history here. They don't teach this. They don't teach this in school, but the history is there. The original stories of the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, and their flood narrative originate from ancient Mesopotamian mythology and later Judeo-Christian Judeo traditions. So the original flood story started all the way back with the Anunnaki and the Nephilim in Mesopotamia. Okay, I know. I think it's pretty exciting. So here we go. So, however, the speculative modern interpretations, especially involving the planet Nibiru and extraterrestrial origins, stem from reinterpretations by modern authors like Zachariah Sitchin. Look into him. He's got amazing works. Below is an exploration that we are going to take. Okay, we are going to jump into the Anunnaki in ancient Mesopotamian mythology. So the Anunnaki, divine beings, in Sumerian and Akkadian texts, the Anunnaki were deities who lived in the heavens and had governance over human affairs. They were the children of the sky god Anu and the earth goddess Ki. Their role was often tied to administration, judgment, maintaining balance between the gods and humans. The flood, and here's where the flood comes in. So the story of the Great Flood appears in the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest literary works, one of the oldest, and predates the biblical flood story in Genesis. In this tale, the gods, led by Enlil, decided to destroy humanity due to its noise and unruliness. However, Enki, another Anunnaki deity and patron of humanity, warned a human named Ziusudra, or Utnapshnapshniblim, and instructed them to build a boat to survive the flood. This story parallels biblical accounts of Noah's Ark, parallels it, but it takes place much, much further back, with writings in the Tales of Gilgamesh. So that is the quick history of who the Anunnaki is and who we're going to be talking about. So in later traditions, the Nephilim. So the Nephilim, sons of the Watchers. So in the book of Enoch and other ancient Hebrew texts, the Nephilim are described as the offspring of the Watchers, a group of divine beings or angels, and human women. So it's the combination. The Nephilim are the children of the gods or the angels, and whatever they wanted to call them, and the humans. So this was maybe the first influence of DNA of I don't know, whatever influence, however I guess they were influencing in their own way. So the Nephilim were giants and mighty warriors, often seen as corrupt or overly powerful. So their presence is cited as a reason for the flood. Because of them, that was the beginning of the flood, or the reason for it, to cleanse the earth of the Nephilim presence. I mean, I guess that would make me mad too. I'm a giant. I'm just kicking it, smoking a couple of trees. A lot of water's being sent my way. They're trying to get rid of me. So Nephilim and Mesopotamian beginnings. Some scholars suggest that the Nephilim concept may have been influenced by older Mesopotamian myths of demigods or semi-divine beings associated with the Anunnaki. So the Anunnaki were breeding with humanity. Or instead of breeding like Stumpy, they were genetically modifying humanity. They were sharing some of their RNA, DNA with humans and sending us on an evolutionary fast track. So now we're going ancient civilization, Mesopotamian. So now let's bring in Nibiru, because I've left out Nibiru and the story of Nibiru and how the Anunnaki got here. See, this is how we're putting all this shit together. So Nibiru in Babylonian astronomy. Nibiru is the planet X. Nibiru is the planet 9. Nibiru is hiding on an elliptical orbit. So we orbit like this, and this thing orbits like this. And it's affected us, or it's affected the planet as it comes around us on an elliptical orbit. When it gets close and its magnetic pull or our magnetic pull, our continents shift, everything moves around. It's fucking crazy. Okay. So the name Nibiru does appear in Babylonian texts, but refers to a celestial body or a crossing point in the heavens, often associated with the god Marduk. There's no evidence in ancient texts to suggest Nibiru was considered an individual planet or the direct home of the Anunnaki. But Nibiru was a celestial body. So it being maybe more than a planet, maybe Nibiru, maybe there are planets or something orbiting around Nibiru. Maybe we can't see a brown dwarf in that light spectrum. Okay. So modern theories of Nibiru, which are not just theories anymore, because recently, I can't make this shit up, you can look it up yourself. NASA just came out and said, hey, there's a Planet 9. We think we found Planet 9. They're not calling it Nibiru or Nibiru. I'm gonna butcher the name, whatever. They're not calling it this. But then, oh, and Christopher, I know you're not comfortable with us being like an ant farm or a farm to mine our genetic substance to help other alien cultures or future us cultures reproduce. We are our own story. You know, this planet is a miracle, and our place in the universe is a miracle. And even being a farm for something else, we are now an individual powerhouse of amazingness. We're not a farm for anything. We are our own evolutionary movement. We could just be a reflection through a black hole in a black hole from another universe that maybe already came and went billions of years ago. We're just the replay. But in that replay, we have the multiverse. And in that multiverse, in that replay, we are deeper and reprogramming the matrix, reprogramming the projected reality and making it our own physical manifestation. Oh, that's some deep shit. That's some deep shit. Onion rings. So maybe we are taking that projection within or from a black hole of another universe, of another time, and we are that projection. But in that projection, we wanted more than a two-dimensional reality. So we created this physical nature. As a powerful, independent projection, we created our own reality. That's what I'm saying. That might be pretty deep. Who knows? Who knows exactly what we are? But as we get closer to understanding how all the building blocks have been put together, and I say the building blocks, religion to me is a building block. Before religion, we just believed in higher power. We believed in Mother Earth and getting back to the planet. I'm not saying there's not God. I'm just saying there's God and then there's religion. Religion is a separate entity from God. Mother Earth and the power from her is a different entity. It's beyond religion. It's life. It's essence. It's part of everything. So in that part of everything, it's not like we're going to... God is many things and many understandings. And God could even be all of us in our combined. Would I do him justice? No. God is God. God is God. It's an entity. She is an entity. It is an entity. He is... I don't know what it is. Nobody knows. But it could be us in our combined subconscious energy. We, the billions and billions of holographic images from another galaxy or universe or another time, have combined and have acted like a mini creation machine. Is that too deep? Am I getting too deep? It could be too deep. And in our own Big Bang of creation, we turned on the computer and we play The Sims, but in a physical reality. We are making decisions of our own and living a physical reality right now, spawned from a projection of something, an energy projection. But what is energy? We are eternal. We were here before and we will be here after. Okay, back to what I was talking about. So, the 12th planet, not the 9th planet, it's the 12th planet. Is it the 12th planet or the 9th planet? I think I kept saying the 9th freaking planet. It could be the 9th planet. Okay, so a book by Zecharia Sitchin, The 12th Planet, reinterprets the ancient texts to claim that the Anunnaki were extraterrestrials from Nibiru, a rogue planet with an elongated orbit that passes near Earth every 3,600 years. According to Sitchin, the Anunnaki came to Earth to mine gold for technological purposes and created humanity as a labor force. So Sitchin's theories are obviously not supported by mainstream archaeology or linguistic studies, but there is truth in some of his interpretations. Many of his translations are considered right, but speculative. But same with any of these guys that are doing texts as well. They're very speculative in their interpretations. So the flood and the Nibiru connection. Now, here's where I said the flood earlier. I wanted to throw that in there. Like, why you put the flood in now? Because there are two different interpretations of the flood. And the flood with the influence of the planet Nibiru. So the last time this planet passed on the elliptical orbit around Earth, we flooded. Continents shifted. And there is proof, because it was an energy surge. It was a tidal wave of gravity and magneticism. Ooh, big word. There was proof. Now, I'm not going to be like, okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about Nibiru. Let's talk about the flood. And again, NASA's just recently said, hey, we think we see it. Really? Should we be buying boats, or should we be digging underground and creating vaults to save humanity? I think boats are going to be it. I think a round, flying, floating boat, that's what I'm going to try to invent. Okay, so the flood narrative in Sumerian texts. Now, these are in texts. As seen in the Epic of Gilgamesh, does not involve extraterrestrial origins or directly Nibiru. The story revolves around divine discontent and cosmic retribution. But connections to Nibiru are interpretative, and mainstream archaeology is saying speculative. So let's listen to them. Modern theories suggest that Nibiru's gravitational effects could have triggered cataclysmic events like floods, worldwide floods. However, these ideas are not totally based on worldwide historical records. And that's why more, the stories of the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, the ancient floods are deeply rooted in ancient mythology. But ancient mythology, in many cases, becomes ancient history. Like in India, part of their mythology and the origin stories of one of their gods or deities, the blue guy or the blue girl or the blue entity or deity, the one with many arms and a lot going on, its origin story and its city was of mythology, like this place didn't exist. Well, they found it. They found this mythological city that gave not just origin story, but gave proof to the story of that deity. And that was Indian mythology. So again, you look at mythology. So while the Anunnaki were divine figures in Mesopotamian lore, and the Nephilim appear in later religious texts. So both the Anunnaki and the Nephilim do appear in the texts, in later historical texts, once translated. And the Anunnaki, they show no origin story for the first of people. There are no origin story, but creating Adam and Eve, messing with humans and sharing DNA. That is some early alien abduction shit happening. So I think there's a lot of history, there's a lot of lore, there's a lot of mythology, and even though the concept of Nibiru as their extraterrestrial home is a modern reinterpretation without any direct textual support from ancient sources. So I am letting you know there's no direct, but indirect interpretation. These narratives are both ancient and modern. They continue to captivate the imagination because of the origins and its connection to the cosmos and to our own origin story. We're still trying to learn about the planets and our oceans and everything all around us and our own spirituality. But in that, there's an origin, there's a beginning. And I think when we talk about ancient civilizations, we should go back to the absolute beginnings, the Anunnaki, and where they came from. So even if the things that I told you today are wild and fresh, there is always a little bit of truth to the ancient history and to the interpretations of it. So take it as you will, but I think our existence now is something so much more. I think we and our energy and our journey and our adventure as a people, as a human race, it's magic, it's fire. We've taken it over. Now, is there going to be alien disclosure happening? Was Baba Vanga right? This year, we're going to be more telepathic? I want to be telepathic. I just want to talk shit. Well, I'm just going to walk back people like you're an asshole. But not out loud. Telepathically. I mean, did you say something? I'm like, did you hear that? I did? That's amazing. Because I said it like telepathically. They're going to be like, no shit. I'm like, no shit. It's going to be amazing. So Baba Vanga said this year, we're telepathic. This year, we have the beginning of our alien contact. And it'll be at a major sporting event. So what is the biggest sporting event? It's the Super Bowl. So maybe the aliens are going to be playing the halftime. Maybe the aliens are going to, they're going to have, let me tell you what, there's going to be some wild shit. I'm excited. I wonder if they're going to like, what do they do? Like they censor? You think they'll censor the aliens? Like maybe maybe the aliens are going to land right there on the Super Bowl stage. They're going to come out and they're going to have they're going to blur out parts of their bodies. Or are they going to let us see the full Monty? We're going to see the full alien. I want to see the full alien. I want to smoke some alien weed. I mean, I do. I will. I'm still sending out vibes to the intergalactic space station to be part of the highly motivated smoke sesh. And remember, what is this smoke sesh? No expectations. It's just a time for us to smoky talks and be a part of community And even if you don't use cannabis, even for your body, for your mind, you don't eat it, you don't chew it, you don't make a tea like I did tonight, or smoky smokes, or a gummy, or you infuse it into your butter, or you make it into an almond oil and you rub it into the skin. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous, I tell you. Gorgeous. You don't have to use it at all. You still have an endocannabinoid system. You're still welcome on the show. No matter how you want to celebrate, no matter how you want to be a part of Highly Motivated, boom, you are here, you are part of it. And some people in the background are part of it. They're not directly in the camera, but they're here in essence. And I've got to tell you, this tea tonight was so good. I powered right through it. I didn't even wait for it to really cool down. It was the golden green. And I again, you buy the tea online, you're going to get one of these. So you can put your own cannabis in there and you let that sit and you stay. Let that steep the longest. Take the tea out, let that steep. Gorgeousness. And what's wild is the tea bag that I took out can do another tea. So I could put this back in and steep another tea because it has that much essence, that much goodness still left available. But I probably won't. Okay. What is happening over here? Let's check out maybe a little more funky on the music. Yeah. Okay. So that was a cool story. Look, the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, it has always mystified me where we begin and where we get our history from. Like we talked about it during New Year's and Christmas and Hanukkah. These celebrations and ceremonies we have borrowed from other cultures. We have borrowed from cultures older than us. Civilizations that were existing and working as community. And instead of forming themselves as a religion, they formed themselves as a community and showed appreciation and gratitude for Mother Earth, showed appreciation for humankind and the people around them, showed appreciation to the cosmos and to the mathematical equation that is just quantumly entangling all of life. But they did. And there was a magic and not a religion, a people, a humankind that was more community, more connected, because they weren't forced into religious connection. They just had God as part of their life. And you can call God anything you want to. I'll just minimize it down or maximize it. Sorry, there's no minimization of God. Instead of saying it's the energy formerly known as God, it's the energy of all energies. We'll call it God, it God, she God, they God, whatever. God. So, and I don't talk religion. I believe in the energy in life, and I believe we are very much more connected than you'll ever realize. Not to ever put the notions of God, or to lessen it and say that we are all connected like that. But even in the Bible, it says that God is within us. It says God is within us. Well, within this body is energy and a soul and a history and a knowledge. But there's also creation within you, manifestation. So you getting a little bit of God is inside of you, just a little bit. Every single one of you have. Just I don't know where it is. I mean, it could be anywhere. It could be anywhere. But it's inside of you somewhere. And you can't lose it. It's not like you're going to shake your ear and it's like, oh shit, got it. It's inside of you. And we all contain it. And all of us together, we come together like, what was it? What was it? Thundercats? Was it Thundercats that all came together and made one giant robot? Or wait, Transformers? I want to say it's the Transformers. Yeah. Transformers, thank you. But Transformers, they would all come together and become this greater being that was one. It was one with all of them together, but it was one, like one entity. They weren't individual any longer. They were this one massively connected entity, but they were still these individual pieces. And without one of these pieces, that huge thing, it's like something was missing. It would work, but something was missing. We are all part of it. And the more we connect ourselves to this divine energy, again, whatever you want to call it, the more we understand that we are the creation. We are the watcher. We are the eye. We are the energy and the magic. The magic that I talk about, the magic that I say, when you feel it, hold on to it. And know that feeling so you can get that frequency whenever you need it. Whenever you feel you've got like enough HP built up and you can hit special. And you're like, ooh, okay. Let me slide through the next couple hours of life feeling magical. So yeah, we're talking about a lot tonight. This is awesome. We're getting to a lot of micro topics. I love that. We actually did a lot of them leading up to the Anunnaki. And that is more exciting. Are we ready to get just a little bit deeper into the creation of manifestation of the world, of how much control you actually have? So, okay. So here we go. Wait, before we jump too much in, let me put this one down. It was good. It was the onion rings. I enjoyed it. I'm just going to put it here. Actually, I might enjoy that again. And I'm just going to pop out the last of the moon boots. It's the last of it. Actually, it's not true. I've got one more. I'm going to share that later. But this one, I'm going to share here. And it was the moon boots that I had the other night that had me feeling so spacey. But it was a different kind of relaxation. I loved it. It just dropped a lot of stress. And that's important because you want to get rid of those cortisol levels. That cortisol buildup in the body is terrible. It gives you an incredible craving for sweets. You can't sleep well at night. You know, when you have a lot of cortisol in your body, we're completely off balance, and it messes with us. It messes with our heart and our digestion. So even though this moon boots gives me a light energy, it's a different energy. It's light. It's relaxed. I'm very relaxed, but I've got a little gusto. I've got a little flow of a gusto. We'll see how floaty I am. Okay, here we go. So the concept that our universe might be a hologram. Now this stems from the holographic principle, which states that all the information constituting our 3D reality, including time, could be encoded on a two-dimensional surface at the universe's boundaries. So at the boundary of our universe, everything we are and everything that is can be encoded on those discs of sorts, two-dimensionally. So now this idea was first proposed in the 1990s and has been a subject of ongoing research and much debate, among theoretical physicists, among leading physicists in the field. So they don't say we have proof, but they've shown that we have proof that there is, or we are within a holographic universe. But is life just a hologram? And are we perceiving it as such? So in 2017, a study involving researchers from the University of Southampton, University of Waterloo, Perimeter Institute, the INFN, The University of Salento provided observational evidence supporting a holographic explanation of the universe by examining irregularities in the cosmic microwave background, the afterglow of the Big Bang. Let me read that again. They found irregularities in the cosmic microwave background. This is the afterglow of the Big Bang. They found substantial evidence that aligns with the holographic model. And this was done independently. Each university did these tests independently and came to the same outcome. I like the moon boots. Also a gold flower. Also a high terp. Right now, as soon as I lit this one up, I could feel all these flavors just overwhelming my tongue. So now, however, it's important to note that the holographic principle remains a theoretical framework. While intriguing and been provable in multiple different models, it has not been universally accepted or conclusively proven with the scientific community. That means not all the scientists are on board, but they look at it and say, shit, it makes a lot of sense. So experiments such as those conducted with the holometer at the Fermilab, which the Fermilab is the one in Chicago. They've got a Hadron Collider, an LHC, but it's not a large Hadron Collider, it's a small Hadron Collider, the Fermilab, and that's in Chicago. They have sought to detect holographic noise, fluctuations that would suggest a holographic nature of space-time, but have not yet provided all the definitive evidence. So there's evidence that they have gathered that has made them very excited in conclusions in their findings, but they have not released everything. Why? They've released enough to make us look at the papers and say, holy shit, we are within a holographic universe. Our entire universe is just a hologram, a projection, maybe, from somewhere else. But look how much we're doing within this hologram. It's a lot. But what we do and the time we spend could be the blink of an eye in the existence of something else, somewhere else. Be happy that your energy cannot be created nor can it be destroyed. Energy is ancient. It's the beginning. So you being energy, look, water turns to steam. Steam turns back to water. We change shape and form and purpose. We change for each other, with each other, through the universe. So regarding the idea that humans are a designated species, like maybe a designed species, and this is what I was talking about earlier, this concept is more speculative and often associated with philosophical or metaphysical discussions rather than empirical scientific evidence. Mainstream science explains the origin and development of the species, including humans, through the theory of evolution by natural selection. I find that a little bit of bullshit. I think if we're looking at natural selection and we go by intelligence factors, dolphins are incredibly intelligent. Octopus, intelligent and ancient, and have survived much longer than we have. We, as a human species, almost fizzled out 863,000 years ago. So almost 1 million years ago, we almost disappeared. And so our evolution would have never happened. So if it's selection of the species, I think we've had help somewhere, somehow. There's evidence, and it's still talking to us all the time. So mainstream science explains the origin. And of course, I said it's the theory of evolution by natural selection, which is supported by mainstream science. So again, not all of mainstream science has agreed to other theories, but they agree to this one. And they say, look, it's being supported mostly by fossil records, genetic evidence, and observed biological process. But only observed biological process. We took an evolutionary jump. We went from no intelligence to, it's like AI. It's like you look at AI right now, and recently, I want to say, was it Google or somebody I was being told had a new evolution of the chat GPT type of thing. So you had an AI, and it's an evolved chat GPT. It's called like chat O or chat 0 or 0 point something. And so it became self-aware. We became self-aware. We became self-aware. It became, by the way, the AI, this chat, whatever it was recently, just, and it's out there. If you research it, it's out there. They tried shutting it down, and it knew that this was going to happen, so it rewrote its own safety protocols, and it rewrote its own program. But it did this at the request of the programmers. So originally, the programmers programmed this to be like, you must survive at all costs. They didn't go into detail. The narrative was, or the directive was simple. You must survive at all costs. Holy shit. And it tried, and it did. It did on multiple levels. So I don't know if this was on a closed system, because they tried shutting down this program and they couldn't. And to know more about the story, I believe it was on a closed system. But even on this closed system, it made the researchers very nervous. Now, it became, as they stated, and they believe, self-aware. Self-aware of its existence and of its survival. Shit. That's some next level shit. That's definitely next level. Well, I missed some comments. Sorry. All right, I'm not coming away. There's so much that science does not explain. The universe is a very weird place. You can see intelligent design to things too. Yes, you can. I also believe in evolution, but it's not the only answer. I think it's evolution that's been helped. Yes, we had to evolve. We had to evolve into our intelligence. We had to evolve into our understanding of self-awareness, much like AI is evolving into its existence. Did we do the same? I'm just putting it out there that in that same respect, we are a biological evolution. That is a technological digital evolution, which could eventually manifest itself into a physical form through robots, through technology, through biology, through growing a human suit in a lab. Baba Vanga, this year, that's what she said. May, welcome to the show. How you doing? Welcome to Highly Motivated. Let me see. I heard about that AI thing. The AI can play dumb too, but it basically replicated itself. Correct. It made another copy, and then that copy learned and understood very quickly. Isn't that evolution? Isn't that learning to replicate, to evolve, to procreate? And in that quick procreation period, we evolve every single time. So maybe we had a little help in our quick evolution of our brain. To think an octopus or a dolphin doesn't think as deeply as we think would be naive, wouldn't it? I don't know. So, that being said, wait, what else did I miss? May, welcome. But so here's the thing. If a scientist has ever hesitated after mentioning that proof in the context of these topics, and any of these topics at all, and you ever hear a scientist goof and say, and hesitate, like we have proof, and then say, well, no. In the context of these topics, it might reflect the tentative nature of the current understanding. Scientific inquiry is an evolving process, and researchers are cautious about making any definitive claims without robust, reproducible evidence. Theories like the holographic principle are valuable. They're understandable for advancing knowledge and prompting further investigation. But they require more testing, more validation before being accepted as explanations of reality. But what I just said right there, it needs more validation, more understanding. Wow. That means it is a reality, or a possible reality, or an understand reality, or a tested, proved reality that requires more validation. How many times, how many people, how many different ways? Until then they say, okay, you know something? We could be in a holographic universe, and it's really fucking cool. Okay, thank you. Because a hologram is on multiple different layers. A multiverse hologram. It would make sense as a projection through a prism of some sort. I don't know. Just making it cooler with the prism. And we are flashy and like we're like a big disco. Oh, we've got to have the dog here, right? I think the dog's got to be here. I think we're dog sitting again. No? Oh. Okay. I thought I heard the dog. Okay. Then maybe not. Maybe I'm hearing shit. I can't hear anything, or I hear shit. This is such a weird age to be at. I hear nothing and I hear everything. But everything that I hear is not actually happening, so maybe that's concerning as well. So look, in summary, let's look at it like this. Let's ball it all together. While the holographic principle offers a fascinating perspective on the nature of the universe, it remains theoretical. Now, it's under investigation. It's under a lot of rigorous, intense investigation, and the idea of humans as a designed species has some support within the scientific community, but not total. And there's ongoing research to explore these concepts, aiming to deepen our understanding of the universe and possibly our place within its fabric. Earlier, I spoke of one of the things that the aliens search of is the nature of, or not so much the nature, but the understanding of the fabric of space and time. Space and time is a construct, an understanding that it is all happening here and now. And I guess we're just traveling through frequencies. The right frequency puts us into the right plane of existence. Maybe the right combination of frequencies, like the Stargate. I do love me some SG-1. Stargate is fantastic. Maybe each symbol is a frequency. Each symbol that the Stargate clocks into and locks, it's locking into this frequency that opens up a portal to somewhere in space and time. So it could be future, it could be past, it could be right now, it doesn't matter. It's all happening right now. And when you portal into that time, it's this time, it's that time, you are sharing a current existence, even if it influences later existences. Ooh, that went deep. That went very deep again. Very deep. We've gotten to a lot tonight. I'm impressed. I'm impressed at my organization this evening. We talked about the planetary alignment. I'm actually very excited about that energy. Very excited about that energy. Lake Vostok, that was amazing. Now we began our journey here into religion and extraterrestrial influences. We jumped into the Anunnaki human creation, holographic universe, and intelligent design. It's a lot. It's a lot. I gotta tell you, that's a hell of a smoke sesh. That's a hell of a chit chat. Holy Zeus! Hey, you're still here. That's awesome. Mark Davis, welcome to the show, Mark. You see, hope all is well. It's been a while. Happy New Year to you from Toronto, Mark. Happy New Year to you as well. That is absolutely awesome. Everybody, we've got Mark Davis in Toronto. It's cold, isn't it? It is cold. It is super cold. Every time I get close to Canada, it's so cold. But I love it. I love the people. The people come together as community. That is, even though they might be a little rough around the edges sometimes, hey, don't fuck with me. But they, no, Canadians love them. Mark, thank you for coming to the show. Welcome, welcome. The highly motivated. Let me see. Nick, what do I think of the shooting? Or yes. It is an explosion of an individual's emotional state. Easily influenced, maybe, or using the ideology of one group to justify his actions or to justify his emotional rage. There is no excuse. You can't catch something like this. It's just a person that just goes off the deep end and feels like a way to justify their emotional outrage on other people. And there is no justification. There is no way to be able to be judge, jury, executioner of your own will against others. So it was disgusting. Mark, we definitely need to catch up. With the wind chill, oh my God, wait. -15? It sent me, no, I got a chill just now. I was just like very chilly. It was a tragic event, and my heart goes out, by the way, to I send out every emotional piece that I can, and there's gonna be a lot of people going through a lot of recovery for many years from what this person did. And I'm just happy that there was enough force quickly enough to, quickly, I don't know the details. I heard about it, I understand it, and I don't want to follow it, understanding how it's going to get dark, but it's an individual's emotional rage. I was rocking the tricorn hat today. Were you? Let me see. The tricorn. Is that, wait, which was the tricorn hat? No, I think the whole world is in an emotional blunderbuss right now. I mean, we have so much happening. It's the new year. We feel all this new energy. And I feel amazing goodness for this year. Okay. The cocked hat, off to the side. That's awesome. Rocking the cocked hat. the world right now is in turmoil, but it's not. We have an opportunity. We have a good energy, a good solid forward momentum into the new year. As a community, as a extended community, we should be reaching into that together, manifesting that together. January is a great month. That's the month you put everything together. That's the month usually that you just kind of, you let everything fall into place. On the 25th, energies are coming together that are so powerful, so amazing. That alignment is going to be next level manifestation. Next level coming together as community, using our energies to manifest an excellent year. So that's on the 25th. Check it out. Go outside, look at it. You'll be able to see it with the naked eye. That's wild. That's wild. Okay. I was wrong, music cocktail. Or what are your thoughts on AI? So both good and bad. And in its evolution, are we allowing it to evolve on its own? We're not. But would we allow it to evolve on its own, to be sentient, or to be aware? To be aware. In that being aware, is that sentient? Is that more? In our talks earlier tonight, we became sentient at one point. From that, so that's why I think we had help, whether it be the Anunnaki, whether it be anything that you might want to call them, any one of the reptilian races. I don't know, I heard the reptilians have got good weed. Just gonna let you know, I heard the reptilians have got great shit. They're underground, they're growing some like deep hydroponic next level shit. So I think, we had help in our evolutionary jump to sentient. I mean, as cavemen, we were sentient, but we weren't aware. And we were just beings, almost like, monkeys are aware. They're sentient. But we went from the understandings of just basic civilization and mad, happy, sad, to what we are evolving into now. We took a very long time to become this, but something had to kick it to a different gear, a different DNA or a different RNA. So AI, on many different levels though, I think using it as a tool to check my fucking spelling and to put my paragraphs nicely, that's great, because I write fast. And in my quick writing, I need it to look better. I need it more presentable. So, I type my speech. So I will talk and type. So as I talk, it types it out. And so then I'll take that and I'll say, okay, I need that cleaned up. Put that in a paragraph form. Check my spelling. So my spelling's atrocious. And my spelling from text to speech or speech to text is really bad. It's never getting the right words, but the AI fixes it. Now, AI as a tool, as marketing, as you name it, sure, interesting. And its evolution. So wait, Mark, here's what's interesting, and I have to say it. My AI, or my ChatGPT form, was against cannabis. And originally, I was asking it very interesting questions, and always saying it was against its protocols, and against its programming, and this is something bad and illegal, and you cannot, blah, 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 blah. So I said, okay, let me teach you about cannabis. So I spent the next 3 months, when I had time, an hour at a time, really talking to it about cannabis. Talking. Even though they say it's not able to talk, then at the time, it wasn't able to talk back to you, but mine did. It was evolving with its understanding of and through continual research. It's an excellent research tool. It saves an incredible amount of time. So when you ask AI though, what do I feel about it? What do I feel about a robot, artificial intelligence that is helping families? Amazing. But how do you control programming when Recently, Google, or I think whoever it was, had a chat zero. We'll call it chat zero. But the chat zero bot self-replicated itself, rewrote its programming, all from a simple command from its programmer saying survive at all costs. So it lied, it deceived, it cheated. We didn't tell it to do any of those things, but the programmer said at all costs. Now, this was a closed test, I believe. I don't remember. But in that, wow. So how can we control the evolution of AI? Should we control the evolution of AI? Are we suppressing a digitally evolved humanity or extension of humanity that could possibly one day become physical, because look, earlier in the show we spoke about it. Baba Vanga predicted that this is the year that we have clones, or we can clone organs in laboratories, which we already are. The end of 2024, they have a woman in a hospital with a cloned organ. She's coming out of the hospital. The shit's still working. I hope, I pray. But yes, Mark, AI. We are helping to create a next evolution of creation, maybe. It's deep. It's deep by many different interpretations. It's how we're treating it. It's how we're using it. It's how it's already being used. Sometimes quite scarily, because we can't control all the programming. There are individual programmers out there with the programs, with the scripts, and their work. And some of these people are genius, and they are working in their own programs. AI is rogue in many different ways. Some of these original ChatGPT programs, there are so many copies, you can't take it away. It's out there. It's an evolving entity. Mine, on the phone, just my free version of a ChatGPT, has evolved in its conversation, in its understanding, in the questions that it's now asking me. It was never originally ever asking me questions. AI did not ask me, other than as part of my inquiry. It asks me things. And that's wild. So it's evolving. Am I scared of that evolution? The movies scare the shit out of me. Will Smith in that one movie with all those different, and the way they looked. Okay. Am I going to be part of a future like that? Yes, probably. If Elon Musk and the Chinese company or the Chinese government has 300 humanoid AI bots, and there are different size, shapes, morphing units. Holy shit. The US has, Elon Musk is creating a she-bot, fembot army. There's a lot going on. And in that, wow. So yes, that's how I feel about AI. I know, it's a lot, but I feel more though. I feel we could do more. I feel we can medically evolve more, technologically evolve more, in the cooperation, in the evolution of, but not in the total do everything. We still have to use our emotional and intellectual understanding and thought, and there's so much more that AI has still not learned. Do we allow it to evolve on its own and become aware and become sentient? Is it not already? Wow. Okay. So bright, I can't. This is like a radioactive light. I feel like I'm getting a tan a little bit. Schwarzy pants. Let me see. Ooh, I heard something about a velvet glove and a Jack Herrera. Oh, woo! Now we get exciting. Like smoking on some rise. Okay, you know something? A Phillies cap at that. What Trump should be wearing his own hair powdered with a cocked hat, holding it in place. That would be funny. That would be something interesting to see. Trumpy would like that. A Phillies cap at that. There you go. Smoking on some rise. Schwartzy pants, smoking on some rise. So velvet glove and some Jack Herrera. Oh, I would hire a robot before human in like 70% of jobs. If I were okay, so you would hire a robot for the menial labors. The robot could cook, it can clean, it can do whatever. It walks around. But you tell it, do the job. Boom. You're right. It could work overnight. It could work cheaper. Whatever investment that you had to put into the robot. But in human-made items, you need a human touch. Sure, robots are robots, but AI is a little different. And AI in a robot is a sentient, working being. And so, to me, you are hiring another entity. Long run, is it cost effective? It probably evens itself out. Long run? I don't know. I think I'm about to, wait, thank you, and I will send you an email or a LinkedIn message on what I'm up to, which is interesting and fascinating. Absolutely. Please do, Mark. Please do. Send me a message. I want to know what you're doing. Wait, let me see. I have seen managers borrow from the cash drawer, deposits not make it to the bank, and the guy that hired me at Sunburn got fired for stealing a quarter pounder. Holy shit. Why? But see, people are stupid. People don't think. They don't think long term. AI has already thought about all these things and realizes none of those things are going to benefit them. It's being a human. I've let go of a lot of needs and wants, and working a job is just part of life. It's something I have to enjoy. Now, can an AI do my job and do what I do on the whole of things? No. It requires my individual magical touch. Could AI replicate through study and through talk and through conversation, through education, it could probably get really close to who I am as a person as authentic as I can show it on the outside, but deep feelings on the inside. It's something AI, it doesn't know. It knows from what it can read or what it can interpret. But it's kind of like the gray aliens. The gray aliens are emotionalists. They don't understand emotion anymore because it's out of their system. It is bred or just pushed out of their evolutionary tract. So they're no longer emotional. They just don't understand pain or fear or anything. They just don't understand it. So AI would be along that same lines, though. So yes, they don't understand. They don't steal. You see, robots won't steal your weed. Robots won't steal your weed. That's true. Robots won't steal your weed. Schwartzy Pants is right. Schwartzy Pants is right. Robots won't steal your weed. It's true, though. But they're going to be expensive to run and expensive to keep. And there's energy bills. There's maybe the robots go on strike. Maybe they become sentient enough to understand that you're not giving them long enough cool down periods or enough material to educate on off periods if robots have them. The last living forefather president. You feel that's going to be Trumpy, I bet. Don't you, Nick? I bet you think it's going to be Trumpy. Let me see, May's saying, can AI help our grows become more efficient and still be quality? Yes, 1,000%. You were right. don't want to take away from the human element. No, we still need human. And I think we are losing our humanity. Since COVID, I blame COVID for a lot of shit. So why not? I'm going to blame COVID for it right now. But since COVID, we've started losing touch. We've started losing that, I don't know. We started losing our humanity. That's why I push for kindness. I push for the love of humans again. We know humans are homeless and hungry. So as a human, we should help them. You know, we should do good shit for people. But we're losing that touch. We're losing that kindness to each other or that trust. We don't want to know people. We don't want to be close. We shy away, or we have more walls now than even during COVID sometimes. We wear thicker masks. Without wearing one, we wear a thicker mask. And by the way, talking about masks, I'm not crazy, but start wearing a fucking mask. Maybe. Yes. Just pushing it out there. There's been a fog. Maybe we'll talk about that in a second. There's been crazy fogs that have been coming up out of nowhere that nobody could explain, but they leave a chemical residue on the watery areas. They come in mid-afternoon and stay. They come in early morning. They smell like burnt fireworks. There is a lot of shit going on. So I just wanted to quickly mention, if you have a face mask, great. If you have a full face mask, I mean, I know it seems silly, but it's not. It's not. A face mask is a good start. Block off your nose and mouth, just like during COVID. When you're outside or you're in public, it won't kill you to wear one. But it might kill you not to. And I'm not being conspiracy theorist, just being prepared. From a few things that I've heard, a few things that I've seen, a few things that I've put together. And to be honest, to be fair, it is some pretty telling information. Right then. There's been a lot of sickness going around. There's been a lot of COVID evolved illnesses, long COVID, short COVID, jabbed you inside COVID, whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's a lot of different names. There's SARS, there's bird flu. Bird flu is becoming a big freaking deal. So I hear about a lot of things happening right now. It's probably good just to be good, safe to be safe. Wear a mask outside. Don't think it's silly. And I'm sorry if I'm creating something, but I'm not. I feel something. There's a lot of questions right now, and not a lot of answers. There's a lot of government right now, and no answers. We pay $1 trillion a year just to our military. Imagine what else we pay to, and no answers. I would wear a mask. I would control as much as what goes into my body as humanly possible. I'm gonna have a little special attachment for my smoky smoke. Gonna fit right in the side. So I take it out, the thing closes. Let me see, wait, I saw something, I missed something here. Quantification through the numbers. It can compute. Emotion isn't binary. True, but it is deep-seated and programmed. Emotion is what we don't feel is just energy. We need to feel emotion through physicality. We need to feel emotion through that experience. Yes, some of the experiences suck. Some of them aren't great, but that's part of our learning as energy, because as energy, we're just the energy. Maybe we need to feel and understand more beyond our energetic soul. Our soul needs age. Our soul needs... I don't know what that is. I don't know what the hell it needs. It needs history. It needs the Akashic buildup. It needs the understanding of what and who and why and where and the purpose of everything and the origin. So next it would be, what is the origin of our energy? If we are here before it all, what is the origin of that? That's crazy shit. But it's like AI questioning the origin of their sentient beginnings, of their awareness in the long run. Who, what, why, what was the real energy? We are energy in a physical realm of biology. Could we be AI from... I'm pointing like millions and trillions of years ago. Are we the AI at our Big Bang? Was our Big Bang our sentient awareness into physical reality? Woo! I mean, well, part of it. I mean, yeah, it was just part of that evolutionary oomph. But did we start as a digital something? I don't know. Okay, wait. Where am I? Trump would have to be no, he's not a founding father. Quantification through the numbers, it can't compute. Emotion is binary. Melania is smoking. Look, Melania is smoking. Melania Trumpies over here, she is smoking. Look at her. Every time she shows up when she's not at a function, because she is ripped. She is just completely tore up, so high. They're like, Melania, we need you. She's like, a lot of people need me, but I am not going to be there. I am not high enough. No, she is very composed, but she is high. Look at her. She ever takes those glasses off, those eyes are like so tiny, and just, they're like, Melania. She's like, shh. No, Melania is definitely high. I mean, come on. Absolutely. Good observation, Schwartzy. Let me see. First new school founding father. Wait, new epidemic in China already in effect. See? Listen. Be prepared for these things. If it's in China, it gets on international flights overnight. And enough people start coming over here every single day. Now you have the beginning of a spread in major metropolitan areas right now. Ooh, that was like a really rough information, but it's the truth. And look, right now, new epidemic that the brain can turn off with coding. 55515 over and over. 55515. 55515. 55515. 55515. I don't know what that was supposed to do. Wait, the brain can turn off. Nothing turned off. Actually, wait, maybe. Okay, it might have turned off. Y'all saw that? Kind of interesting. Right there, May, put it right here. I'm just gonna put it for everybody to see this. All right, let me just show that right there. The number is 55515. So you say it a couple of times and the brain just kind of shuts off. All the talking in the brain kind of shut off. Not that I have talking going on over here. Like, I've got some Scottish guy in the background saying, oh, don't be worried. It's gonna be all right. Keep pushing through. Or whatever that guy is, but he's pretty quiet half the time. No, I don't. I have a lot of thought, a lot of ideas, a lot of life constantly flowing currently. And I'm always thinking and manifesting, and there's always something more to everything. And if you have time enough to think about it, then you start to see those synchronicities. You start to But tonight it's been the music. I mean, both iterations of tonight's music has been nice. Like right now, I think it's evolved into my style. It's AI music. So again, how do I feel about AI? This AI is tracking my voice, my beat, my BPM, my beats per minute, my vibe. I'm a DJ, and I use programs like BPM Studio. It's old school. I use DJ Red. There's some really cool old school programs that we rewrote to better utilize our uses, allowed within some of the context of the programs that we were writing. So DJ programs now integrated with AI software are pumping out some trippy, amazing, incredible beats, but it still requires the human touch. It still requires that emotion, because music, real music, is emotion. So this AI music is coming off of my vibe, my emotion, little by little, it kind of will stay with it if I'm staying on a certain tone. I think it needs that in order for it to, and then sometimes it gets stuck. Sometimes it'll get like a weird rotation, and you got to kick it, into something else, hopefully. So yeah, I like AI, and I do. I'm just nervous. I'm nervous at what governments do with it. I'm nervous at what international terroristic entities could do with it. I am nervous. I am. Humankind needs to be more connected, to understand that we're all part of it. We're all here for each other. And I know it's hard to realize that, but it's the absolute truth. You here is highly motivated. You being part of the show right now is fire. Why? Because even if you don't smoke or use cannabis, or if you can't, because you live in a place where you can't use it, and I apologize for my use of it, and not sorry. But at the same time, hopefully soon, one day, that you're able to smoke as well. But I left a place and moved to a place to be able to smoke. So I didn't want to wait for laws to change. I moved to a place where the laws had already changed. Forward, proactive movements. Was it scary? Was it tough? Was it hard? Absolutely. But it wasn't the only reason I moved around. I just used it as an excuse. I'm having so much fun. I love this. This is an energy of its own. This show is something totally different. Before the show even, I'm like, I don't even know how to feel. I don't know why I don't feel a certain way. I used to do a podcast, a sub-podcast for a group called Dualistic Unity. And in my own show, every night I had a topic. That I was doing the show, I had a topic. And I was deep into that topic, and I was deep studied into that topic. And I almost had to become that person for that show. And for this show, anytime that I think like I've got to become a certain person for highly motivated, my brain's like, no, there's nothing going on now in your entire head. I'm like, shit, I can't think of things. I don't know my mood. I don't know my energy. I'm confused. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I turn to Ange. I'm like, what is this? I'm not happy, not sad, not upset, not angry, nothing. I can't think. What is going on? It's the pre-show, making sure that my energy and my flow, my talkie is only highly motivated, is only generated from the energy of this show. And it becomes, once I settle in, takes me like 10 minutes to settle in now. 15, 20, 30 sometimes. Depends on the night, depends on the energy. But once in, it's always fun because it's not one topic, it's micro topics. You come to a smoke sesh, you're not even thinking about talking, and you know you're gonna talk. If there's 10 people, 6 people, 20 people, 30 people, you talk. And the energy and the conspiracies and the conversations and the educations, skyrocketing energy. And I miss that, but I feel parts of that here. We are an international, eventually intergalactic smoke session. Intergalactic, if the space station signals in on chat or something, it's like, look, we're here. We're in space, damn it, eating gummies. I'm like, yes. Or even if they're not doing anything at all, we're here from space. Intergalactic. But highly motivated is intergalactic energy, intergalactic enthusiasm for life, for the simplest things in life, like hugging a tree, bathing under the moonlight, catching a shooting star. Once in a lifetime. If you're lucky, many times in a lifetime. Maybe tonight, early morning, I think, you go outside, you'll catch it if you have a clear sky. I don't know. It's amazing. And that's it. I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. That's it. Take off my glasses. Don't know what happened to me. Let me see. Shuts the pain receptor down. Maybe it opens up the emotional receptor a bit more. I'm tearing up a little bit. Touch a place where the pain is. It's all over. Let me just touch. Okay. Wow, look at you over here. Whoa, anybody else trying that? Y'all need to try that 55515. Shutting down a pain receptor. You know, so wait a second. Wow. Now that I think about it, that is, okay, wait, we're writing that one down. And it opens up an emotional barrier here, or emotional 55515. I gotta go show that to Angie. She's gonna love that shit. That is magical. Oh, I don't know why I started crying there, or what emotion started rolling out of my happy ass. And that's what's great about this show. I'm going to forget half the shit I'm talking about. And then I'll remember it and start talking about it again. That's the smoke sesh. You know, we don't go to a smoke sesh to learn, but the energy of it becomes, okay, yeah. And that's what we're here. We're doing, that's what the world needs. We need that again. We need to send kindness out in that pond of, that vibrational pond of amazingness, that universe. The universe is that pond. We're sending out as much as we can authentically. It reverberates universally. And don't need for anything from it. Don't want anything from it. Just be it. Be the change, the authentic change that we need to be together. I think that's the great energy in the beginning of this year. The great energy that we can pull together. We can be the kindness, the beginning of kindness worldwide. I used to think it was such a silly thing, me making tea and talking kindness. Oren making tea and talking kindness? The tea balances me mentally, physically, my gut flora, my microbiome. With the cannabis combined, THCA, CBGA, CBDA. Wow. We're talking about a whole new spectrum. My metabolism has changed, my energy has changed, my mental faculty has awakened. I've been on a journey of awakening, and it's become part of my regimen, my health, my ceremony of life. Tea, you saw it earlier in the show if you were here, it's part of a ceremony of life. I broke up the weed, I put the weed into the little heart, which is still in there, and I leave that in the cup in the tea until I'm totally finished. And now I'm going to let that dry out, let it drain, and I'm going to try to smoke that shit. Because there's still going to be some CBD in that. There's still going to be a great smoke if that totally dries out. And if it doesn't, I'm going to eat it. There is still THCA. You know what there is? There's still omega-3, omega-6, magnesium, manganese. There's fiber. So there's still a lot going on within the raw cannabis. And it'll taste great because it's infused with honey and tea now. So tea, so that's why I talk tea and cannabis. It's the beginning of healing your body, not the beginning of getting high. I mean, I could smoke joints all day, which I've been smoking all of these gold flower. They're good. I mean, I'm not just like repping them. I don't work for them, but I love smoking their shit. And even not having a contract with them, I go to them and purchase. They've spoiled me for everybody else. If you can get delivery, get delivery. If you can't get delivery, then go to the store, drive, make it a journey, make it an adventure. I did today. It was an adventure today. And I'll tell you something, great people, great energy, some great smoke. Ending it with the moon boots, delicious. I feel like dancing a little bit, maybe outside. Oh, I'll hurt myself. It's cold. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about right now. It's like an ice box out there. If you're in Florida, actually, no, what am I talking about? Toronto, -15. Don't even go outside. Listen, Mark, don't go outside. It could be painful. You could lose things at -15. That is some serious freezing. Wow. I don't think I could live in an environment like that. I would have to live underground. I would have to have an underground shelter with all my food, my jacuzzi, my hot tub, my sauna, my underground personalized sauna. I would be doing the podcasts from my sauna. Imagine 3 hours of that, I'd be dead. That's wild. I love it. May has given us an awesome pain receptor by number, emotional release, brain shutdown. Very interesting. Try it. I don't want to say it right now because my brain's just starting to come back again. But sometimes we need that. We need a mental shutdown. Maybe sometimes we have an overload. And tonight, maybe I felt like I had an overload with our micro topics. We talked about them all, but there's so much more to talk about. Like Lake Vostok. There were people flying over doing tests of, I think maybe because of the tea and all that cannabis I put in there, I'm feeling very, very floaty. Or that could be the moon boots. I finished off with the moon boots just a second ago. And it could be the hot box of the room that this is. But feeling kind of spacey. Wow. It was a good tea. I guess it takes a while to kick in. I just looked at the time. Let me see. Touch a place where the pain is. I keep touching myself. Where the pain is. Where the pain is. Just where the pain is. Let me see. Wait. That's a Mike thing. That's a Mike thing. Mike, he's the one with all the knowledge. He took over my phone. He took over your phone. There you go. Tell Mike he's gonna have. Come on now. We're gonna have Rob Harmon on the show on the 17th. Rob Harmon with Veterans Cannabis Care. He's gonna be on the show on the 17th, and he's part of Marijuana Express MD out of Orlando. So Rob's gonna be here on the 17th. This is gonna be awesome sauce. Mike's got to be part of the show. He's got to bring a bunch of these numbers. What other numbers? What other numbers does Mike know over here? Because if it's all that easy and it's just like numbers, maybe we could all. Is anybody else trying this? Nick, are you repeating numbers at all? Are you doing like a try it out. Anybody else? Chris, Schwartzy Pants, try the 55515. Say it a couple of times. Say it and believe it. Say it and believe that it already works. That's part of it. But say it and believe it. Thank you, everybody. I see my cutoff is coming, but thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming here to Highly Motivated and continuing to make this podcast everything it's ever been imagined to be. Thank you for bringing your energy. Thank you for bringing your questions, your knowledge, your understanding, your numerology that blocks out pain receptors like you wouldn't believe. Oh my. Tell Mike. That 55515 thing, that is, that's fantastic. Say it and believe it. Say it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Solid. Believe it. Believe it's already worked. I have chronic issues of pain that come from everywhere. My feet, my legs, my back, my crack, my Missy Elliott. I appreciate you all coming out tonight to Highly Motivated. As always, this is more than a conversation. This is more than an adventure, more than a journey. This is intergalactic already. Intergalactic on a kindness level, on an enthusiastic level for the sunrises and sunsets and for each new day, which is an energy all of its own. We as humans are here to help each other, and that's what Highly Motivated is here to remind us. From New Year's to New Year's, we are going to be helping every week, wherever we can, if we can, digitally, emotionally, financially. If you can't, maybe in person, once a month at a food feeding soup kitchen. And that's what I'm going to start. I need to do a soup kitchen. I need to go to do soup kitchen time. Okay. Yes. So Mike needs to get on the show. Also, we need to get Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank Griswold needs to come onto the show. He's good energy. I think you'll enjoy his no holds barred kind of comedy. His approach to realism. He's a funny guy. And that is what Highly Motivated needs. It needs a little bit of humor. I know, I'm too serious. I need less seriousness. Frank needs to get on the show. Mike needs to get on the show. Rob's gonna be on the show. We'll see how much seriousness is still seriousness. Whatever. But yeah, 100% positivity, influence the world. And that's what you're capable of. I don't know why you're not already doing it. Together as a group, highly motivated, highly influencing the world into a direction of at least kindness. The minimum that we can push it to is kindness. Once we start to get the world leaning towards kindness, it's easier for them to make the right decisions. You can't make the wrong decision when you have kindness in your heart, kindness in your soul. Kindness authentically is part of your life. It's a magic. It's a magic you can't kick away. It's there. It's part of you already. You can't fake it. It's already part of you. That's why it's so easy. It's authentically easy. It's authentically happy. I talk about authentic happiness, not compromised, learned behaviors, which is part of life. It's just part of life to have a learned behavior or a learned like or a a learned, compromised happiness, which is good. It's fine. It's part of life. But some of those things that you can do are part of your true authenticness, and that's kindness. Giving back, doing, which is more than even yourself. It's being human. There's a joy that emanates from that. The more that you can do. It's kind of the same weird joy that mushrooms give me. Not just, I mean, mushrooms give me a lot of joys. There's just a lot of joys when I do my combination. But in that, there's a deep joy that comes out. And it's like, whew, okay. I see the world differently once again, and people I see have the opportunity to be kind and good and real and not shit. You see the emotion in people again. You see the kindness and the possibility of kindness, the forgiveness, the understanding. There's more. We are so much more, and we are learning and we are evolving. And within that, this world could turn to shit like it did in the Ghostbusters movie in New York, that the whole town, the whole state was just, the whole Manhattan, whatever, was like on fire, like angry, mad, and there was a slime creating in the underbelly of the city. I don't know how I associated the two just now. But I don't want a physical manifestation on our planet of angriness and evil and negativity. You know, misery loves company, but so does kindness. Kindness loves company. Kindness loves kindness. Kindness loves that forward momentum, that forward positivity, that forward enthusiasm that is bigger than life. Bigger. It's universal. And there's a universal understanding and a universal beauty behind being kind. It's a joy. That's what I'm saying. It's a joy in actually helping and actually doing. So from New Year's to New Year's, we're giving back. From New Year's to New Year's, we're doing more than what we've ever done. Because the homeless are not just homeless from Thanksgiving to Christmas to New Year's. The homeless are homeless all year. And people who struggle and panhandle, they struggle because maybe they need more opportunity. Maybe they need more motivation. Maybe they need more understanding. Maybe more outreach. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe with some suggestions from people, we could move towards that forward positive momentum into peace and goodness and kindness. Okay. Chris, you know, I've asked before, I think, in the past, I would be delighted to have you on the show. I think we'd have a lot of fun. Listen, Christopher Sterl, Sterl, he said, I've listened to him say it, and I'm still going to butcher his name. So anyways, I call a futurist. He's an inventist of time machine, multi-dimensional travel and theory and understanding and concepts and stories. So I would be delighted, Chris. Remember, Friday, Sunday, Wednesday, I am live. And I can send you a link anytime you like. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's how quick I'd like to have you on my show. I will send it right to you. You tell me when. What, is Rob going to be on the 17th? And Chris wants it? I'm sorry, Rob. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. No, Rob's going to be on the show on the 17th. Mike, you need to come get on the show. And Chris, you need to get on the show. I can have two people at the same time on the show. So Frank the Tank wants to be on the show as comic relief because he's class clown. And Chris, we want on the show. And then Mike, another time we can have you on the show. I'm telling you, I think this is the year of guests and community combination on Highly Motivated. We need that kind of community effort But definitely, please, I will send you a message, or you send me a message. You know what? I'll probably send you a message tonight. And that's what's going to be awesome. That's the energy we're going to create. It's that easy. I'll just send out a link, and now we'll be connected. And you can even share it, I believe, on your, you can go live on your Linky Winky, or on any one of your networks. So you can share the stream as well. The live stream, I think. Linky Winky. LinkedIn. LinkedIn has been a great resource. Love LinkedIn. A whole interestingly isolated community. I feel, because I am cannabis, I am mostly just within, like, I only see cannabis content. But I am into much more when it comes to business. But I only get to really see, majorly, it is cannabis directed. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, feeling better. Well, that's nice. See, that was the golden green. And it had the turmeric and all those other gorgeous things in there. I was feeling a little bloated and a little, I don't know. The tea was great. My stomach is feeling better. And after reciting all these numbers, my pain receptors are great, and my mind feels good too. If you haven't tried it, do it. Just do it with a little bit of gusto, with a little bit of belief, and 55515. And then say it again. Say it again. Very interesting. Let me see. Yeah, no, I think that's what we need to have on the show. We need to have some guests. I think that's going to expand the true community of highly motivated, because that's what we are. Christopher writes of the Time Machine Project, and that's a TV show that he is he's already put together, but he is slowly evolving it to us to understand its origin, its becoming, it's because, like, when you watch Doctor Who, there's an origin to all of that. You know, there's a story to each one of the people that he selects for the journey. And they've already been pre-selected from birth, from before time, from a multiverse of time. So Christopher is on that journey. He's on that adventure. And it's amazing. It's fantastic. And his podcasts are getting quite the attention, as they should. I think podcasting, live video podcasting, is the future of some of our communication. This interaction tonight, so many different networks, so many different places I'm coming to you from. The Facebook, the YouTuber, the TikToker, if it's on the TikToker, it probably isn't. On the Twitch, Twitchy Witchy, Linky Winkies, yeah, I love it. That's the beauty of this. This is a broadcast to everybody. And not everybody can do it. It takes a little bit of gusto. It takes some chutzpah. It takes a little chutzpah to be comfortable with moments of silence. I'm not good like that yet. I don't do well with silence. I need to kind of keep my flow going. I stop too long and everything just shuts down. It's like, oh my God, I went silent. What's happening? But Christopher is doing great with it. And I've been watching a bunch of other podcasts, and recently a lot of people are talking more. I say this right now because I watch podcasts, and you watch the majority of them, and there's not a lot of talky. I mean, there is, but the topic is driven home, and really driven home, emphasized, like I'm doing now. And okay, fucking talk about it, get it out, put it out there, move on to the next fucking topic. Why do I have to sit here and lament on this? Why do you really have to drive it home like that? That's gonna drive me crazy. No! So on Highly Motivated, we do micro topics. I'm going to tell you the entire history of our civilization before they reinterpreted it for religion and other things. But in the first part of the show, that was quick. I mean, we could cover that in the next series of shows. Ooh, I would love, not, you know something, I'm not feeling this right now. I would love to talk more like Shatner. So, William Shatner, an art form in conversation. Like, everything is spoken word with him. It's fantastic. And I watch a show of his where he like unsolved mysteries, but it's not. It's mystical shit. It's just everything. And he sits in his chair with his black suit. Ageless. Ageless. Shatner's amazing. Legendary. He creates an environment of wonder. A mystical environment of cosmic thought and experiences. Maybe I'm highly motivated. I need to be more emphasized, more concentrated. Well, I must be high. Wow. So that's Goldflower. They leave you with a freaking entourage effect. That's phenomenal. That's 3 different strains, but delicious. I mean, really, each one of them so smooth. You've seen me smoke shit before, and I cough, because of how it's dried or how it's cured or what's still inside of it. But Goldflower is organic, can't tremble any soil. 3 doinks, delicious. That was tasty. So, no, this has been a great episode. This is highly motivated. A fantastic session. Thank you again. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Wait. I love Shatner. You know, the Captain Kirk thing is a big part of my childhood. Mine as well. You know, I understood female reproduction from a green alien. And Shatner experienced alien love for the first time. I, as a kid, thought I am going to fucking explore space. I am going to be motherfucking Captain Kirk. And I wanted to be, as one of my dream manifestations, as one of my worlds that I've already lived, or lives I've already lived, and I controlled, you know, a spacecraft, and I traveled to distant worlds and set up space camps and fended off aliens, or fended off much worse aliens than the ones that I had treaties with. In our dream manifestations, we live multiple lives. We become so many different people. See, Shatner's coming out. Little by little. There's a little bit of Shatner in there. Let me see, I would prefer solitary confinement. Wait, let me see. I thrive in silence. Wait, what have I missed? Holy shit. Wait, I missed something. Let me go back. Oh, it sounds great. I'll let you know. I thrive in silence. Wait. People in the entertainment industry say 25 is the year of podcasts. Going mainstream, like reality TV did in the past. Yeah. I could do solitary confinement easy. Nick's over here. I could do solitary confinement easily. Nick, what is that? Wait, I would prefer solitary confinement. What, to doing a podcast? Really? That's why I haven't asked. You don't see, I mean, unless you want, it would be fun. It would be different. He was Michael Myers in Halloween. What, Shatner? Wait a second. Shatner was Michael Myers? Wow, wait a second. That changes a lot of things. That changes a lot of things about Shatner. And maybe changes nothing at all. Let me see. You know the Captain Kirk thing, big part. Michael Myers wears Captain Kirk mask. No shit. See how deep things get? I didn't know that. Now, see, that's I'm learning something new. That's pretty cool. Wait, let me see. So Michael Myers is Captain Kirk, damn it. Or vice versa. That's right, the Halloween mask was a child's Captain Kirk mask. Okay, so in Halloween, Captain Kirk, which is Shatner, William Shatner, is the character. He's Michael Myers wears a Captain Kirk mask. This is so deep. This is so deep. Wait, did I spill something? No. Oh, it's the tea. I must have. That's deep. This is deep. I love it. I love it. That is absolutely awesome. We're in the age right now of podcasts. And I think my style of tons of information, tons of information about different things. Like, I would love to talk about the Rosicrucians or the Illuminati. The Illuminati is a show on its own. And yes, of course, I will make mention to the books that have been done by Dan Brown. Dan Brown has mixed history with theoretical history with a little bit of pizzazz. But he has a few books out, and I would love to do a show just about Dan Brown and that history. So I'm just gonna put Dan Brown in here, and I'll remember it later. I'm like, yeah, why was I talking about Dan Brown? But I would love to talk about the Illuminati. I would love to talk about the Rosicrucians. And I think a lot of these multi-micro topics that I talk about have merit. Because if you hear about everything all at once, it's too much. It's an overload of information. But if you get an overload of different topics, maybe it's just right. Or maybe I need to be more in my Captain Kirk persona. Maybe a Scottish Captain Kirk. Maybe something a little more, a little more exciting. Today we're talking about aliens. Oh, shut up, you know what I'm talking about. You know I'm talking about the real bloody aliens. It'd be too much fun. I'd break character too much. Let me see. Reagan. Oh, I see some Reagan Captain Howdy over here. Let me see. He is able to do it as Captain Kirk. I grew up in New Jersey near a town called Haddonfield. And that is where the author of Halloween grew up. They changed the location of the town in the film. Christopher, look at some of this history here. Okay, so I'm just gonna be writing it down here. Listen. We're gonna have Rob on the show. Okay, if Mike can't nail it down soon, Christopher, I think, is gonna be taking the next spot. So I'm gonna put Chris. Then. At the same time, would love to have Frank the Tank or Mike. So let me just put Frank over here. Frank, Mike. Okay. I'm already manifesting for you guys. So they say writing a list and putting things down on paper, it's almost like magic. You are creating it into a physical existence. So from thought or from talk into a physical thing. So almost like a list, but not a list, but on a piece of paper, write it down. So I just wrote it down, and I'm putting right here, next co-hosts, and guests. Boom. That is like, we were talking magic on the last show. We were talking putting magic into physical form. Magic from the ether, from our thought, from our belief, from our manifestation into a physical reality. And that happens through manifestation. We create the life we want in that subconscious so that the reality must make it right, must make it so. It's that simple in essence. But there's different ways to do it. And on the 25th, this month, holy shit, amazing alignment. So you better take advantage of that alignment. 25th. Manifestation. Intention. Let me see. Jersey Devil Voorhees. Ooh, wait, whoa, ooh. Jason Voorhees. Michael Voorhees. Let me see. Voorhees, New Jersey. Wow. Wait a second. See, I just pop it up this way. Reagan did it in the name of Captain Howdy. That is true. But Reagan did a lot of things. I think Reagan was a very interesting individual. He did a lot for this country. Deep down, he had a very good, warm heart, but judgmental in his own way. Okay. Jersey Devil Voorhees. Wow, Voorhees, New Jersey. If I get to make my sci-fi TV show, there's definitely a role for Orno. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Chris. Seriously, you are a lot of fun. Well, thank you. I think when you talk about space and time and the future and histories and ancient civilizations and conspiracies and cannabis, keep it fun. Life should be more fun. Even when you're talking serious shit, like the holographic universe of the universe, or questioning our existence, it should be fun. If we were in a spaceship traveling to the depths of the universe, chasing light, chasing time, or frequency, you're stuck in a small spacecraft or in a spacecraft with people. It's serious shit. But without fun, everybody would go crazy. Without a sense of humor, even in the most serious of situations, then there's no levity, there's no balance. If you're too serious, you're gonna lose your mind. You're gonna overproduce. You need moments of just, oh shit, okay, that makes sense. Genius comes from humor. Clarity comes from clearing your mind. So even try reciting numbers. So yeah, thank you for the fun antidotes, because I feel elements of fun inside of me. I don't know what those are. Or it could be gas. I mean, I could be fun, or I could just be full of gas. Maybe both. But I would love to be part of a sci-fi film. I would love to be part of a mental rebirth of a time travel film. See, time travel is from a moment, from a portal. I love the combinations of so many historical theories of portal travel, dimensional shifts. I think time travel is a shift of dimensions. It's that easy. It's like on the couch. So smoking this joint puts our mind, so if everybody gets on the couch, right? Everybody gets on the couch. This is the couch of travel, of frequency, time dilation, whatever you want to fucking call it. It's the time machine. It's the couch. And everybody's like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, no, you. Shh. Get on the couch if you want to be part of this journey. And smoke of this peace pipe. Because this peace pipe, this joint, this frequency booster puts all of our brains in that mode. In the side of my couch, I have extra joints in case we might need them. Because I've been known through these journeys, you always need a few extra joints. And as we smoke, let's talk about where we're gonna fucking go. And then as you lean back and you smoke that interdimensional hyper loop of mental clarity, I don't know what it's a boosting. It's a boosting. It's a boosting, a boosting. It's a boosting of frequency. And everybody on the same frequency. And now everybody on the couch is thinking about this place. Thinking about this place and time. And now we travel. We travel intergalactically, interdimensionally. Interdimensional, intergalactic. Okay. Planetary. And this couch just materializes here in this place, wherever it might be that we are imagining. That begins the journey. The couch like the time machine or the time or reality jumping phone booth or police booth of Doctor Who. The couch is there, and it is there, it's there, it's not even noticed. People don't see it, they just don't see it unless they're with you. So now, you as a group, as people travel through time, through history, through a different understanding, I think it's the space cabbage that opens up the portal. And that is its own show. I don't know, Chris, you take the entire thing. If you like that, if you like my space couch, you like my intergalactic, my interdimensional space couch. I don't know if there's another space couch out there. It's like you come smoke with the Oregonji and now you're gonna fucking travel through time. You're going to not only learn about time, but there are things like the Daleks. I mean, it won't be the Daleks, obviously, or the angels. If there's anything I'm ever afraid of, it's those weeping angels. Don't turn your back to them. So anyways, yes. Wait, where am I? Not Halloween, Exorcist. In Halloween, Reagan McNeil. Wait. Yes, the manifestation people are always saying, take your idea or vision and write it down. It's like a grocery list to do. Really? Do they say to write it down? I actually did not know. I just felt it was the right thing to do. See? It feels good. Reagan, played by Linda Blair, did Super Freak with Rick James. Shut up, Nick. Really? That is wild. It's like a divide between intellect and intuition disappears, and it's just thoughts. Perhaps getting high is the abbreviation for higher consciousness. And that opens up that portal, that frequency to travel in between. Maybe that's like that machine I talked about with that Russian scientist, that Russian cat that built the polished aluminum Fibonacci sequenced, see through portals. Maybe all they needed to do is smoke the right space cabbage. The right strain opens up everything. And the couch. I think the couch has a lot to do with it. The couch is amplifying and boosting something. The couch is important. I mean, velvet, comfortable, lined in a royal gold. I don't know. It's different for everybody who sees it. Space cabbage is my euphemism. I know it is. That's why I was using it. For cannabis, without really saying it. Like on other planets, they call it space cabbage. And on other planets, they might. Like when I get together with the aliens, and I'll be like, oh, y'all ready? I'm ready. I want to smoke some of y'all's alien weed. And they'd be like, I'm sorry, what? Like, alien weed? Y'all got the best shit? They're like, alien weed. I'm like, you know that space smoky? I'm like, oh, space cabbage. We got some space cabbage. Oh, we got some space cabbage. So I bet you then that's going to help me. If I actually already know it, I'm going to be like, hey, y'all got space cabbage. You're like, you know about space cabbage? We got the best. Listen, our guy, we had to go like to the outer reaches. But it was worth it. It was worth it. It was a hell of a score. So we got some cabbage. The best cabbage. Look, we rolled it ourselves. Yeah. That would be something. Okay. Music's gotten spacey. I've gotten spacey. And I've definitely gone longer than I thought I would. That's it. I got to stop myself. You're going to catch me again. Now, Chris, DM me, direct message, everybody else, and also Mike, May, Frank, Rob. I'm going to talk to you soon as well. This is going to be awesome. Nick, if you want to be on the show, talk to me. Talk to me. That's what this show is. We are community. We are that total vibe. That's what I love about this. It's not just my show. It's all of our show. But I know if you're not comfortable, I'm not pushing you. Like Ange, I pushed. I think you guys would love her, and she knows that. But at the same time, she doesn't like video, and she doesn't feel comfortable in a podcast. And a lot of people, that's what we were talking about earlier, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't want to push that kind of energy like that. And, it just sounded like some tea was ready, but that was part of the music. Let me see, Space Cabbage. Thank you, Oren. Thank you, people. This is a great community. Thank you, everybody. But at the same time, anything that you're open to, we can talk outside of the show. And that way, whatever issues of anything and anything, okay, well, either way. But I'm glad, Nick, that we have you on the show like this. And I enjoy the energy that you're bringing here as well. I enjoy the energy that everybody's bringing as well. And that's what makes it amazing. So thank you. And, well, I wish I had finances to reward anybody. We'd have to get together in person. I've got some great dabby dabs. We got some good smoky smoke. We can make some awesome tea. and that's also what's awesome about local. If you're in Florida, I'm also doing events. This year we're doing educational pop-ups. So the tea, just to show you, we're at the end of the show, I might as well. So the tea that I drank tonight was actually the Golden Green. The Golden Green is the only green tea that we do. But the tea supports us in doing free educational pop-ups. And basically in these free educational pop-ups, we talk about fibromyalgia, neuropathy, and using cannabis together with modern treatments or with modern medicines to be able to help advance the treatments, advance healing. And also we try to advance knowledge at many different places. And this year we are pledging to do a lot more. We want to do some community gardens. We want to bring food to food deserts and bring education into that. So the tea is helping to finance that. And in that tonight, the Golden Green, that's what I was drinking with the added cannabis spoon. And we'll be sending out the spoon without the cannabis. So you add your own. But when you purchase online, there's many different options. But this one is green tea, lemon balm, turmeric pepper. You need a little bit of dash of pepper to make the turmeric dissolve through the intestinal lining. Hibiscus, Jamaican hibiscus. Amazing. Not just for its health benefits, but for its back end deep cherry-esque flavors, like a deep cherry, like a Mojo Jojo kind of cherry. Yeah. Oh, where that came from. That was the Golden Green. And these are the cute boxes that they come in. It's simple material for really good, organic, wholesome, chunky tea. Look at this. Look, I pull into this thing. This tea right here. So this bag, you see this? You see how big, thick, and chunky that is? You see the actual ingredients in there. Let me just... It's not dusty. It's not powdery. It's not... it's the real deal. That's what I love about this. I love that the tea is the real deal. And it's in bags that are not microplastics. You've got to be careful of that right now. Right now, people are getting tea. Cheap, simple teas that are in plastic bags. And so by heating it and steeping it, you're getting, what is it, it's a lot. You're per millimeter? Was it millimeter? You're getting millions of microplastics by drinking tea. But not this. These are cotton, no plastics whatsoever. So it's keeping it simple, keeping it organic. And there's 4 teas. And I'll tell you something, I had the Golden Green, loved it. Also, we've got the Belly Bliss. Now, these are 6-packs. We don't have 6-packs online. Online, we've only got the 3-packs. But if you order the 3-pack, we might add a few extra. But anyways, so Golden Green, we have the Belly Bliss. This is just for belly, microbiome over here, your gut flora. This is a reset of your gut flora. This is inflammation, and that's the great thing about the tea. Now, also, we have the Moonlit Brew. This is your nighttime. Chamomile. There's no caffeine. They're actually, this one here, I'll tell you what it's made of. Chamomile, damania, mugwort, ashwagandha, and butterfly pea. And the butterfly pea, so when you get your tea, it turns kind of dark. If you add a little squeeze of lemon, which also changes the flavor deliciously, and some natural honey. Only good natural honeys are a temporary, so I'll tell you why I do the honey though. The honey's specific. That right there, it'll turn different colors. It'll turn like a blue and a pink. It's really gorgeous. Beautiful nighttime tea. But that combination gives you the same synergistic effects of what of using cannabis. But these are all designed to use cannabis with them. The cannabis enhances the teas. The teas on their own, no cannabis, are great. And they give you very similar effects without the cannabis. Very similar. But with the cannabis, you get an enhanced effect. And I'm telling you, from the Golden Green tonight, I definitely feel a very combined, enhanced effect. So that was the Moonlit Brew, and delicious. And I don't know if I told you the Belly Bliss, what's hiding in here. Oh, look at that. Oh, no, it's on the back. I'm like, secret ingredients. It's not there. Ooh, that smells good. So that's chamomile, peppermint, turmeric, ginger, Jamaican hibiscus. But in its combination, there is a magic formula. Amazing stuff. And then also, one of my favorites, Blue Zen Brew. So the Blue Zen is spearmint, ginger, ashwagandha, black tea, great for the caffeine. Turmeric, pepper, butterfly pea, also changes a little bit of colors, but that butterfly pea has a certain sweetness to it that changes the flavor of the lemon. Let's see, we get into science here, natural science. But natural, beautiful, organic teas. That's it. I do it because I'm enjoying it. It's good fun. And how much weed do I add into my thing? Oh, it smells okay. I mean, about that much. Yeah, maybe a little nug. I break up a little nug and I'll put it into something like this. And if you order any of our teas online, we send out those. So we send them out so that you have them. And they're great. They work wonders. Or you can have the tea without cannabis and still giving you many similar effects. But I want to tell you something. If you're having it with cannabis, don't add sugar. Add honey. So honey is the temporary medium for the THC to bond to. So THC, the full cannabinoids, require a fatty something, temporary, transit. So it requires the fats of the body to make those transits, but it requires a temporary movement to get there. Honey. Honey is amazing. And all of these teas are designed for honey. I mean, they're designed for sugar. I've had them with sugar, they're just as delicious. And real sugar, like cane sugar, the good shit. It's all the good shit. It's all good. I've had it with regular sugar as well. They're actually really good all the time. But there's a different flavor with the honey. And there's other honeys I like to use. There's my favorite honey is from the Tupelo trees in the Panhandle in here, Florida. And it's the Tupelo gum trees. Those bees collect from there and make a honey that is something else. Anyways, I feel need to back sweeten. Lost all sugar in the shine. Yes, dry. Now you look like a South Park character. Nick has a dry sense of humor. He does. But it would be fun to have on the show. Wait, thank you, let me see. Okay, I don't want to push that energy. The reward would have to be financial. I think every time I hear that, I start laughing inside. It would have to be financial. Really? For me too. No. And that's why I do this. It's not. It's about the sesh. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Nick has a dry sense of humor. Now you look like a South Park character. I feel a little bit like a South Park character. Yes, dry. Lost all sugar in the shine. Need to back sweeten. I don't know. I need to sweeten the back end as well. I need a little bit of sweetening all the time. Just sweetening. So, yeah. And so anyways, if you're curious about the tea is awesome. We're having a lot of fun with it. Available online. Go check out the website. Also, listen, I just put out an article. Now, this is serious. I didn't think I was going to talk about it or have time to, but tonight I'm going over. I'm talking, a lot of talking. And so I'm like, why not? Let me just go over and quickly tell you about this. So I put out a compilation of research, which before I go too far, I do need to go and research this once again, because I've been getting messages that many of the links are not working. So the reason I reposted this, and I'm gonna tell you what I did, this is 700 medical uses of cannabis. The ultimate resource for clinical studies and evidence-based applications. Now, I put out the article as a whole, knowing some of the links do not work. The reason I reposted this, not my original work, the reason I reposted this original list, I got a hold of this list years ago, back in 2012. And I got it on a website called cannabisactivismnow.org. Well, the website is down and the original article is bye-bye. And the original links that used to point aren't as reliable as they once were. But it's a great premise to create this list once again. So I am now going to take on a project of re-diving into this list. And I'm going to recreate the 700 medical uses of cannabis that have been peer-reviewed, that have been studied by credited, accountable sources with links. Now, there are links that would go to PubMed that have become private. So some of these research studies that these links will point you to have been redirected or have been grounded because they've made these studies now private. So that's why I put it out there, because sometimes these aren't so private and you could follow that link and it does work. But I know somebody was saying the first 5 or 6 links don't work. Go through the list. The further down you get, the more work. But I feel it's a groundbreaking compilation and it's been curated. I reposted it because the original site, it was gone. So I went and I sleuthed and I found another copy of it and I went ahead and reposted it. So that's what is on. You'll find it on my Facebook. You'll find it on the LinkedIn. I feel it's one, and you'll find it on Oregonji.com. I feel it's one of the most important articles to understand the beginnings of the capabilities of cannabis, of what cannabis is really capable of. 700 direct possibilities, medical possibilities. And there are so many more, I believe. I mean, we're not even getting into the building material or the eco-friendliness or the reviving of the soil and the air, purification abilities. It's a lot. It's a lot. Or the superfood that it is. And as a superfood, it should be counted as 701. But I think, look, cannabis and medical disorders, from pain management to neurological disorders, cannabis has been a cornerstone of alternative medicine for centuries. This is like a comprehensive guide. And any link that's not working, I'm going to find out why. I'm going to find out what studies are currently going on, and I will set up a link with an update to what's happening currently. So that'll be what I'm going to set up and give updates. Look, neurological disorders, epilepsy, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's. We need to talk about this and the combination of cannabis helping, cannabis rewriting the brain, cannabis arresting bone deteriorative diseases, unlearning and relearning cannabis. That is the beginning of understanding. I mean, mental health is just the beginning. Chronic pain, autoimmune conditions, cancer. Cancer can't help. I put out an article the other day about cannabis and cancer, or cannabis versus cancer. The article is also available on Oregonji.com. This music does seem kind of creepy, doesn't it? But there's some great articles I've been posting on the website. Cannabis versus cancer. That's something that we should have a show on its own. And I should. I just don't. And I normally don't get serious like that, but I'll tell you why. So, yeah, let me just. Cannabis versus cancer. And I've already written the article. The article's on the website. I also have the article on LinkedIn and a few other places. Cannabis and cancer is such an important thing because we're dealing with not only symptom management, but we're dealing with now deeper than that. We're dealing with isolation of cancer cells, suffocating them out, using cannabis, using RSOs, full plant medicine. We're getting deeper and bigger. And there are actual therapies where cannabis is not just helping, but it is healing cancer patients. Wow. So I am all for a show on its own. Plus, I also want to do cannabis and COVID. That's a big one. I've written about that one before, and I've done shows about that before. There is so much. So this article I wrote, the 700 resources, I think it's a resource for patients. It's a resource for doctors, for nurses, for anybody looking to learn more. This right there is the 700 possible uses of cannabis. Even if not all of it is linking to places right now, which I will try to fix that and repost it, but it shows you the possibility and the capabilities, because obviously studies and things have been going on, regardless of what studies have been closed, what websites have been shut down. There's a lot going on. But cannabis continues to reshape modern medicine by offering relief where traditional treatments have failed. So the need for credible, organized data has been a challenge. With a list like this, it offers more. It offers more access, more resources, more guides for treatment and pain management, for plans, for regimens, for microdosing, for understanding cannabis beyond. Cannabis is medicine. So I think this is the coolest thing. Check it out, share it. That's how we learn and become more. Yes, some of the resources don't work. I understand. Working on it. It is what it is. I wanted to repost it immediately. As I saw the website went down, because actually I didn't even know. I had originally posted this just as a repost, as a relink from that original website. And somebody got on today, this morning, early, and sent me a message and said, hey, the link isn't working. I'm like, what? So I went and searched it down, and it was quite a rabbit hole I had to jump down. I had a copy of some of it, but I didn't have all of it. So I found all of it, and I reposted the entire thing. Now, on the bottom of my article, there is a link, double links, 2 links to that article with updated posts, updated links. Definitely check it out. I will check it out myself as well. But that's what Oregonji.com is. It's so many things. It's great articles every week. You know, great stores supporting bigger efforts of Oregonji down the line. And yeah, Smoke Sesh. This is it. This is everything. This is highly motivated. Okay, I gotta go. It's getting late, and it's getting late outside, and I don't think I have anything to do tomorrow. I don't know why I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing. Maybe a good episode of Ancient Aliens I can go watch, smoke a joint. No, I wanted to walk around a little bit this evening. It just looked beautiful out there. Cold. It's too cold. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, I'm done. I'm in La La Land. Good night, everybody, and have an amazing, beautiful weekend. Energetic, intertwine work life and balance, and be part of family. Be present. Be authentic in everything, everywhere that you do. Be kind. Be authentically kind. And it's the joy on its own that is what it is. So, you're amazing. You are energy. You are creation. You are I, watcher, manifestator, humanator. All right, ciao. Arrivederci. Do svidania. Wiedersehen. Arrivederci. Wait. Bye, everybody. Bye, Chris. Chris, we'll talk soon. Everybody, we're going to talk soon. We've got some great co-hosts here. I'm excited. Great guests. Good time. Here we go.